beautiful.
You're welcome.
That's beautiful.
It's how I feel every time we play this game.
Right. Totally agree with you. Again, I'm like, I mean, I know I'm here being a downer on the experience. But I'm glad that you are also not, like, don't think it's good.
I love that you hate it.
I don't know, I feel like it'd be weird for me to be like, I hate this game, and you for being like, I love it, actually. And then I'd feel weird hating on it, because then I'd feel like it'd be harshing your vibe. I don't want to harsh your vibe. So I'm glad you're just joining me in my downer vibe. My hater vibe.
Big hater energy.
Again, we haven't even gotten, like, to the bits that are why I hate this game. Like, we've gotten to the bad writing, and the bad writing is part of it. The dialogue is not well written. The moment-to-moment writing is very bad. I feel like the timeline stuff is very disconnected, and it makes you feel disconnected. Noel sucks. But, like, the things that made me despise this game
we haven't even hit yet.
Are very close to the end of it. The end of the main story, anyway. There's stuff to do after the main story is finished. But, yeah, you will understand why I hate them when we get there, for sure.
You'll understand?
Yeah, you'll understand. Yeah, the multiple Yules and how she just shows up to die sometimes, like, out of nowhere, just shows up to die is, like,
there's definitely,
hilarious.
like, I can tell that it's going for things and just not really hitting them, and I kind of, I am then, especially as this is my first time, left to wonder, like, did you do that on purpose? Is there some greater point to this? Or did you just kind of fumble it? And, you know, even playing through the full game, I won't necessarily be able to say one or the other. I might be able to, like, have my own guess and theory about it. That's literally all we do when we play these games.
Yep,
but, like,
theorize.
But it is like, you know, ultimately I'm left to sit and go, should I be annoyed with this? Like, is this... Am I just missing the thing, or did they just miss the point, you know? Like, and it's... That's half the fun of playing a bad game in a lot of ways. I feel like our hater energy is often, I mean, mine especially, is often very tempered.
Oh, mine isn't. Mine is, fuck, I hate this, I hate all of this, I hate this, I hate that. In retrospect, I hate every decision this game makes. I do think the dialogue choices, we didn't have that many last time.
No, not really.
But we didn't have many, like, scenes
yes,
where we're, like, talking to someone.
It's sort of another, like, problem that I have with a lot of these kinds of games that are very episodic like this, is that you will spend large portions just essentially totally divorced from the story.
Yeah.
You're doing things that are ostensibly to some degree important, but you don't really have much drive for doing them because they're your little self-contained side stories inside of the Yasha's Massif for the 4th time. Like...
I also think that, like, I think the side stories in this game aren't as interesting as they could be. And I think about Xenoblade X, and I think about how some of the side stories in that, where you made decisions early on that then affected quests later on in the game.
Yep.
Where, like, some of them were really horrifying, like, deep horror. I think about, like, Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and some of the side quests in that are also incredibly horrifying.
Yeah.
And or incredibly funny. And I think about, like, this game, and I think about, like, Ni no Kuni 2 as well, and I think this game has the same problem as Ni no Kuni 2, although not as harsh.
To a lesser degree.
That all the quests are basically fundamentally the same, and they get very boring. Because it's just like, and this is like, go up to someone, they want you to get a paradox item. It's either in an invisible chest, or it's in another
different timeline version of the same map.
This same area. Bring it back to them, and often you've already found it, so hand it in immediately. And then you get like a little bit, and that's it. That's that. Every single one of them's a fetch quest, apart from the like 2 or 3 we've had, which is like go kill a thing.
Yep. Yeah, and it definitely is. Like, it's another similar thing to Ni no Kuni 2 is that because, like, only certain time zones even really go towards the actual main story of this, you spend a lot of time not looking at main story
Yes, yeah.
forgetting what the main quest is even about, and, like, it almost makes the whole, well, we're just looking for lightning feel a bit like an excuse to not have the story that tight, to not have anything tie into it, you know?
Ultimately, we haven't made any progress towards finding lightning.
No, but literally any gate you jump through, she might be through that one, so picking to go down a random thing that even looks like a detour on the map could be the right move. Like, that kind of motivation, I understand why they did it, but it also can't be the thing that sustains you for an 80-hour
Alright, are we finally gonna
JRPG.
get a different cutscene? Yes! Future hope!
That you? Hey.
Oh, this car's trying to kill us and then decided, yeah, you'll just be like,
It's no
late.
use.
It's too late. Go let them fuck with time
Now
some
we're in
more.
the Kingdom Hearts endgame city. Whew, that was a lot of largely disconnected scenes.
Yeah.
Like, different threads in the plot currently, like, that it just threw at us.
There is no connection. It's really, really weird. Alright, so where were we? We were in here. Yes, we opened this up. We're going in here to finish this off.
Yep.
We did some more puzzles. We got more fetch quests and more puzzles to do. Let's go.
So in case you missed it last time, we went to the city of Academia and spent a long time in a chase sequence where Seath were constantly spawning around us.
And we could not run away from them. That was annoying. Then we followed Caius, but not Caius, and he was like, but I imprisoned you in the tower 200 years ago.
What are you
How
doing?
Are you here? Paradox, and tried to kill us with a bunch of Seath. And then we just went to a bridge, and Yule was there, and then Yule got fucking killed by Seath. And she was like, I couldn't stop this. I saw my death, and I had to come here to die, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for this game it really is like, it's hard to tell when something you're doing is going to progress the main plot.
Well, I think today especially we're going to do something
I'm going to ignore the guide after the Sunless Waterscape because I want to see what happens.
What the game is going to do to point us to an ostensibly optional place that is not, in reality,
actually
optional.
yes.
I'm curious, you know?
So head north. East.
That's northeast.
That's the way I came, but I guess maybe there was a chest. It was like head northeast, grabbing an item on the way. Oh, I already got this item. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was that chest.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, we're going to that ruby, that swarm?
The anger orb.
Scarlet orb? That we saw that wasn't giving us a quest.
That wasn't lit, fam.
It is now giving us a quest. So yes, this is the chest we got a weapon for Noel.
Okay.
Oh, that chocobo? Whatever.
More like no, Kabo. Noel, get away from it.
Yes, so now this has a quest for us.
Okay. But yeah, it is that kind of thing of like, and I'm sure this wasn't for everyone.
I was so close! I can't believe things unraveled the way they did. I came here to find the Tablet of Seals. Ooh, an invaluable relic of the ancient city of Padra. When I finally found it, I was immediately swept away by the paradox. My dream was to make the front page of the paper! Gorgeous and talented scientist makes amazing discovery. I found the tablet near the Fall Sea excavation site. How I wanted to decode it before anyone else.
Too bad I'm dead now.
So we should have this already. Yep. Is that the tablet you have there? Do you mind if I take a look at it? Can this be true? It says a horrible monster appeared in ancient Padra. The town would have been wiped out if the Seers hadn't banished the creature in the nick of time. That means the beast is sealed somewhere in this area. You've done so much for me already, but do you think you can find out more about this creature?
A two-part?
A space. Ah, it did pop up there. I wonder if it popped up last time we just didn't see it.
Maybe. I could believe that.
I could believe that I was looking at the guy and I didn't see that a space-time distortion appeared.
If only because it feels so weird that a game wouldn't do that to you. You know, with Firaga, the 5 pits does feel pretty reasonable to have now.
Oh, yeah. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. I love what they call that. It's adorable.
It's very good.
I want one now. Pitter-patter. What are you guys? You're saboteur?
The tameable saboteur. Saboteur. Oh, they are saboteuring us.
It's such a shame that Sarah's such a good saboteur.
Yeah. Well, then again, when you've only got 3 jobs, like in some ways you're kind of gonna always pick a certain one to be the throwaway.
We got him!
Alright.
Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Gotta have a look at him, gotta have a look at him.
We're at least gonna have a look at him.
Pitter-patter. He's well-grown. Ice touch. He's spicy.
I mean, look at him. Of course he's spicy.
He's definitely quite spicy. Yeah, that's a spicy boy right there. Spice-tacular. Let's have a look at his crystal. He's already level 3. And his Deep Protect 2.
Ooh. If Deep Protect is
Learn
so cool.
Dispel 2, D-Shell 2, and a Heavy Deep Protect Ga. I don't know what that does. What does that mean? Alright, so I believe the space-time distortion is, yep, it is in the city, so let's go back this way. And if you weren't already sick of clock puzzles, well, bad news! We got more clock puzzles coming your way. 2 lots of them in a single area.
And we have a new channel point spend thing that you can do that might be related.
It might be related to it. Let's go. Well, don't walk into the rift, honey.
Just rubber face against it. You know how it is.
From many centuries ago, Kubo.
Okay.
It was sealed by a powerful spell. The magic is very old, and now the effect is starting to fade, Kubo.
Oh no.
Kubo.
From centuries ago.
Yeah.
I have to be talking about a spell.
Yeah. We got it.
Have to go
Hi,
into
Noel.
the paradox.
We?
Yeah, we.
Sarah, you do
Us.
all the work. I wonder if I was controlling Noel if he'd be
If he
doing
would do
it.
these, so I guess if we can try to do it in the next one if we remember.
I'll try and remember. I don't know if you can switch while you're in here.
Probably not, because I don't think
my
you get to
guess
the
is no,
pause
yeah.
menu.
Yeah, I don't think so. I will try. Oh.
Ah, well.
But it's grayed out. See, I
Man.
wonder what that does mean.
It may just be Sarah.
Alright. Well, let's just start going. I wonder if the timer is just sometimes broken on that.
I feel like it's very possible, yeah.
I think that...
You might actually have it.
Nope, okay. Nope.
Not quite, but... almost.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, you can do the 2...
hang on.
Oh, nice job. There you go. It can be fun to just try shit sometimes.
But at least it's like latent puzzles. It's just start trying shit.
That should do it.
I've been beaten to it.
Another puzzle solved.
Another puzzle solved.
So, Serene had an idea, had a thought, and I greatly agreed. Hopefully the volume's lower right on that. Do tell us, because it's difficult for us to figure out what's the best on these.
Yeah, so with latent puzzles, it really is like just start doing shit.
Yep.
Because like that can help you like think it through in your head. Like,
And you can kind of find like little substructures in this. Oh, that's like really close, but I think it's not quite.
Incorrect.
Aha! Nice. I forgot that the 2 could get to the 4 there. Or I was miscounting. Volume was fine. Perfect.
Luke, here's my answer. How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
And I think, like, in the case of this puzzle, starting with the big ones is good, if only because it'll, like, tell you, or, you know, like, it's pretty easy when there's a 2 to kind of just visualize where they are.
I really wish that, like, late in, I had, doodles?
Yeah.
Ah, damn. One off. Alright, 2 off, actually, I read. Alright. I think that wasn't actually far off. I think I made a mistake in the middle there.
Yeah.
I wish I had a touchscreen I could doodle on.
I think, like, the biggest problem of this game having just a puzzle-solving mode is that, like, when you don't have a scratch pad for this kind of thing, basically you're doing it yourself on pencil and paper. And, like, a thing I really like about the latent scratch pad is that you can also just easily, like, erase and retry things.
Yeah, I was, like, really close there. If it landed on the 5, I would have gotten the 3. It's very hard to conceptualize where 5s go.
Yeah, I mean, they're just basically straight across from themselves, so you either need to end it with it, which you could do with either the 4 up there or the 3 down there, or you have to end with the other 2, you know, like, and, you know, there's that level of, like...
There's this awful bounce between this 4 and this 4.
Yeah.
Where if I land on this 4, one of the things is basically gone.
Yep. So from that 4 you get to that 3, and that 4 you get to that 2, so it's like... Again, I can see why this is an algorithmically interesting problem, and I think if I had a scratch pad, like, on my Nintendo DS for it, I would kind of like it. This is just a bit of an awkward puzzle form. Yeah, that goes to the 5, that 4 there. Think there's any way to get to that 3 right now.
No, and I was, unfortunately this is gonna leave one behind.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda my,
Oh god, this might work.
What are you thinking?
Oh god, No, damn. I was thinking, like, if we went to the 2 we could get it, but I think it does miss it. Nice job. I think actually if you had gone to the 2 first, you also could have done it.
I might have been able to, but that was the way.
But that was nice.
I was
that was
literally
good.
drawing it in my head. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go.
We're gonna do it ourselves sometimes,
Puzzle
but...
has an answer.
I really like these. There are a few variations at the moment, but we're definitely we're going to add more as we go.
Down for generations that the people of my time believed was true.
These are just Layton puzzles slapped in Final Fantasy 13 too.
And wreaked havoc on its residents. Only a lone Cirrus.
We have heard this like 3 times.
Yeah, this is a little weird now.
Monster in the labyrinth. But we didn't. There was no trace of him anywhere. Still,
Probably because it's Gog Magog.
thinking there was
No.
something we couldn't see hidden from us. I was overcome with a sense of unease.
Yeah, it feels very repeaty, like, in a way where I'm not totally sure how you would not make it feel so repeaty.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're fragmented. Congratulations.
I guess we got... Oh, we got all of Crimson Memories, I guess. Alright.
Schwertleite.
Okay. In ancient times, there was a mighty spell that could summon meteorites and cast them upon the heads of foes.
No.
The meteorites had crystalline cores grown abnormally large in another space-time. The attributes of the meteorite would differ depending on the nature of its core crystal. Some meteorites even held within them rare otherworldly crystals known as artifacts, which in special circumstances might be used to open portals to other places and other times. Caius, the peerless hero celebrated in Padua legend, is he? Okay, we're finally finding out about...
There we go, we've learned.
Noel isn't gonna tell us shit, so I guess we're learning from the fragment that he was a guardian appointed to serve and protect the Cirrus. The saga sung of his countless victories of foes vanquished in the thousands. He was called Caius of the Ballads. But despite his renown, none knew his true origin. He took the name Ballad because of the one battle that nearly killed him. Bo was a fellow warrior of the Farseers. Overwhelmed by the strength and skill of his opponent, Caius was driven back and back until it was only a matter of time before the final blow would fall. When the duel was interrupted by the enemy attack, and during the ensuing battle, Caius' opponent gave his life defending the Cirrus. Caius believed it was he who should have fallen in her defense. Thus, to honor the fallen warrior, he took his name.
Ballad's a dumb name.
We're gonna find out so much more about Yule and Caius than Noel fucking tell us.
I guess so.
The most famous of the prophecies left by the Cirrus, Padra and Su Yule, concerns the descent of the monster Ragnarok in the Great Battle for Cocoon. Long before this came to pass, Cirrus named the 2 sisters who would summon the beast. They shall come from the far north, and the black-haired one shall be of the family Yun, and the red-haired one of the family Dia. They're not quote-unquote sisters.
Cousins.
The truth of the prophecy was later confirmed by the priests of Erba. At the height of Padra's civilization, the Cirrus, Padra, and Su Yule of the Farseers prophesied its destruction. In one of history's great ironies, the prophecy itself ignited the civil war that destroyed the nation.
Classic.
The Cirrus realized that her very words had the power to change history in the future, so with a guardian Caius and a select few escorts, she left the city for the wilderness. She covered her face with a veil, cast off the crown that made her ruler of Padra, and became simply Yule the Cirrus. Soon after that, she and her small band of followers disappeared from the pages of history.
Neat.
The Shamala heart can hear the true words of the Farseers. On the day that the power of the Lassie shook Cocoon from the sky, the goddess took pity on the people, forgave them their sins, and reached out a hand of salvation. In that instant, 2 sisters were touched by Valhalla's might, and chaos was settled deep in their hearts. The symbol of Valhalla that shines on their garb is proof of their status. Hey, so you know one of the reasons I hate this fucking game?
I know, you've told me this outside of context before.
Hey, you know how the first game was about the power of human free will and connections and how that can overcome even the machinations of demigods? Mm-hmm. No, the fucking goddess did it! Do you think it was humans? No, the fucking goddess did it. The fucking goddess.
Well, and the worst part of it, too, is that there's already a perfectly good explanation for why Vanille and Fang turned into Ragnarok at the end of Final Fantasy XIII. It's because Bartandalus was trying to get them to turn into Ragnarok the entire time. Like, they could do that. The thing that subverts it is that they chose to do it to save Cocoon instead of destroying it. Like, yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, the goddess fucking did all of it.
There's a perfectly neat explanation for why they turned into Ragnarok at the end of the game. It's the part where they can turn into Ragnarok for the entire...
Hey, friendship and love? What the fuck is that about? No, goddess. The goddess fixed it, actually. The goddess.
Thanks, goddess.
The goddess fucking did it. Hearken hear the sacred words of the Farseers. The weak must obey the strong. This is the inviolable law of Valhalla. Each monster that falls in battle becomes the servant of the victor.
That's
For those
me.
whose hearts brimful with chaos, the power to bend monsters to this will extends beyond the borders of the unseen realm. I wonder
Neat.
what that means for Sarah, huh? Alright, well,
Probably
yeah,
nothing.
no, this game is all about how the goddess actually meddled in everything.
Did everything.
And did everything. You know the whole theme of the first game about humans and free will and how that free will makes them more powerful than gods? No! Fuck you! Gods are actually still the most powerful fucking thing in the universe.
New
actually,
bonus god.
Idiot. Moron.
Secret god.
Why would you think anything other than that? A different god came in and fixed it, actually. Fuck you. Fuck
Thank
you,
you,
game.
goddess.
Fuck you, game. Fuck you, game. I hate this fucking game. The fucking goddess is a real piece of shit, and I hate how it invalidates the core themes of the first game. Completely and utterly.
108.
Fuck that.
The Sunlith waterscape has been designated.
Oh yes, we did learn to this lady about how it's an observation zone, but there are monsters in it now, and I'm like, but there were monsters in it before.
Yeah.
We ran through this in Final Fantasy 13, and like 100 years ago, there've been monsters here for
Chock
a
full of
while.
monsters.
Always full of monsters. But when I say this game, like,
Takes like the core themes.
it ruins the first game, I mean it literally. It like, not only does it literally ruin the ending by yanking lightning out of it and changing it, it destroys all the themes. It's
Right.
like antithetical to game one.
Forest of Sunlith is a quiet place.
It literally says those themes you thought were important in game one. No. The goddess did it.
Here to
A wizard did it.
A wizard did it.
Through the rustling of the green leaves, I thought I heard snow.
That probably should have stayed up longer.
As I'd hoped we'd run into my hero. It wasn't him that we encountered in the forest.
It was Steve from accounting.
I do love Steve.
I think there's someone else here with us. Kupo! I hear a bunch of voices nearby, Kupo.
I mean, I hear
I
screeching.
hear screams.
I'm not sure this voice is.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. We got Power Ranger Flan.
Obviously.
Hi guys, can I pet you?
Hello, tasting platter.
Voices we heard before belong to them, Kupo. It looks like this is some sort of gathering place for
Yes!
the clan.
Babies!
Should
babies!
we kill them?
Yes, you should kill the
I've
babies.
seen so many of them together.
Yes, you have. The last time we were here.
Yeah.
That's 5 flan.
I know. There was like hundreds of them.
Got lost somewhere in the forest and haven't been seen since.
Oh no.
Oh no, Kupo.
That's so
Really
sad.
likes having lightning in the background.
They can find their way back.
The weather.
I know you mean well, but aren't you forgetting something? They're monsters, and I'm a monster hunter.
You're a what now?
Really?
Monster finder instead? Just this once?
Wait. Okay, you're a monster hunter, but isn't that to feed people? You don't just go around killing monsters for the heck of it, do you?
I mean, maybe to be a monster hunter, you gotta be a real sicko.
What? Oh no, 5 per flan of water and time distortion if we phase out of time.
No!
Using Mog's powers to find them and help them back into this world.
Well, okay then.
Hey babies. So yeah, it's the same one as before. Now Mog found one.
Yeah, you-
Oh, for fuck's sake. That flan's a bad flan though.
Right. Well, he's bigger. When they get bigger, we'll kill those babies. Seeping Brie. Ooh. Ooh, that's unpleasant. Oh, neat. They know Ruin good.
Yeah, we know.
They seem very staggerable, though.
Yeah, I mean, I did preempt strike them, so.
Yeah, 130 chain there.
Resistant to physical. Commando.
Tameable commando. Hey Noel, you okay?
We did it.
Alright, Vitality Slivers. Still funny stuff.
A delicious
Alright,
sliver.
he's back. Now I can uncover the flan.
Uncover him.
Hey, baby!
Ah, some lapis lazuli.
Oh, they're gonna eat him, oh no!
Oh yeah!
An affectionate message. Alright, in the future, Fag and I are called the Daughters of the Goddess, right? It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
I agree.
I agree. When they say the goddess, it gets to me an echo. I remember her when Fag and I first tried to hold a cocoon and we felt this kindly strength surrounding us. And it was the same feeling as back when I first turned to Crystal. Again,
Yeah.
the goddess did it!
Thank you, goddess.
I bet Fang doesn't remember it as well as me, but I think maybe it was the goddess we felt. Although the priest back home always made her out to be much scarier than that, so maybe I'm wrong? No, so, yeah, it wasn't Fang and Vanille, or at least it wasn't them alone. The goddess
Was it the
came and
power
did
of
it.
human perseverance, human will?
I hate that shit.
Me when I'm up against the incredible power of the human
I hate
will.
that shit so bad.
Well, see you laters.
I just... Way to ruin the first game, which is so strong in its themes. Can't jump up from there, I guess. I have to jump
God,
from
no,
here.
no. You have to take this path, despite the fact that that path exists. Yeah, these routes are rather awkward to navigate.
Yeah, and because, like, in the original game you only had these jump points.
Yes.
Now you've kind of got jump points, but then you also got bits where you can just
Where
jump.
you yourself just jump.
It's, like, awkward to know when and where I should jump.
Yep. Alright, what are you? Fachan!
John. I think there's also a different type, yeah.
Fachan.
There's also Unsaganashi.
Saganashi.
None of you call any friends, right?
That wasn't even a warm-up.
But I hate that this game just goes, hey, that thing that you thought was the theme of the original, no, Goddess did it.
Haha, just kidding.
Just kidding, Goddess.
Come back, please. That one wasn't even Mog's fault. He ran away. There we go.
Cosmo Aura.
Cosmo Kramer.
Sarah, can you hear me? Fang and I just had the most wonderful dream. We were in a place I didn't know, and a young man and woman who I've never met. We were laughing together, enjoying the moment. They were so happy. And I think that we're helping to build a future of people like that. The weight of Cocoon doesn't seem that heavy at all. Fang and I are here inside the crystal, even so we can feel you in our hearts. So Sarah, don't give up, okay? You can make a future where everyone is happy again. I know you can.
That's another little guy we helped save, Kubo.
Sure
That's another
is,
little
Kubo.
guy. Real little guy hours. The bumpy bow.
Yeah, we're in the bumpy bow. Alright, head back and then take the north line. I really do think that this area is fine once.
Yeah, there's that too. The map reuse is getting more and more aggressive as we go. I kind of like that at least they have, like, you know, a bunch of the color ones on each of these zones.
That's
Like, this isn't a bad way to go through an area. It's just, it feels a little awkward when it's like, yep, we've been here. Delete.
yup.
Jesus.
These guys are not chunky.
No.
least getting a bunch of third level items, which is good.
Yeah.
So a bunch of our monsters are like.
I have now hit 3rd level.
Oh, is it second? I think we're actually getting second level stuff. But we do have some people.
Right, slivers are 2nd levels. Orbs are 3rd levels, I guess.
At least we leveled him up. Let's give
yeah.
him more ATB.
Synergist ATB is quite important because all of their shit is at least 2 pips.
Iki's also a 2 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we did kind of just totally run out. Because you're spending 5 of these items at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
So close to Cura. We're getting there, though.
Come on, Mark.
Let's go, big
Try
fella.
to these guys move around. Okay, good.
Ooh, nice. Ah, Heliodor.
Heliodor. I feel like we're in a different game now.
It's a type of gem.
While we're here, sleeping inside the pillow that holds a cocoon, Lightning is fighting to protect Etra. I wonder why. Etra is a cruel goddess. She sends Eidolons to persecute dying in the sea and slaughters her children as carelessly as we swat flies.
Neat.
Again, the fact that in the first game it's like it says to you that Eidolons come to you at your moment of greatest despair.
Well, and it's...
Was like character moments for every one of the characters to then like be told it's the goddess doing it.
Well,
the goddess sends the Eidolons out to fuck with them.
More than anything, it's also just like they didn't need to be explained.
No. I was like it was so better when it was like they're manifested from your strong despair, your desire to give up.
Yeah.
Was a stronger thematic point than the goddess noticed you were sad and sent one after you.
Yeah, time to give them a test.
And Etra is a real fucking jerk. I don't really know what Lightning's game is, but I can tell you this, she's in a really bad place. Once she set foot in there, she had no way to get out. It's hard for her to be heard while she's in there too. So sorry, gotta help. Listen to your heart, you might hear lightning if you do. And also, so yeah, she's there to protect Atro. Hasn't explicitly stated something yet, but I guess it will at some point.
Find our way. Well,
That also makes Atro, 1, an idiot, and 2, an asshole. Alright, continue north past the animal trail. Guess is this?
Kind of wish it did the Xenoblade thing of like, yep, there we go. Oh yeah, because this is where we rode the guy. And this is the guy. But I kind of wish it did the thing Xenoblade did where it actually like writes the names of areas on the map.
Yeah. Yeah,
toxic.
so like some of the adornments, even though it's just like, hey, throw Mog around, some of them are throw Mog in
Into a specific
places.
spot, and then...
Because he did the whole, like, I have an item thing.
Yep. Get back here. I gotta throw you. Gotta chuck you. Yep, there we go.
So the other thing you can get from throwing Mog in certain places.
Oh.
Monsters. Monsters. There are certain monsters you can only get from throwing Mog in specific places.
I recognize that name, but not the form factor.
I thought he was an imp, but I could be wrong.
I could believe that. Definitely a name from the first game.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Freaky little guy.
Yeah.
Why you got teeth? I hate it. Boosts all attributes. Neat.
Yeah, so he's also a synergist. Like Garp.
Mm-hmm.
You a good synergist?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Vigilant Shell, Veil, and Frost. Ooh, and Frost.
And Frost is interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have to find Chocolina.
She's quite expensive.
And also some money.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, Extra is not a villain. Sorry to spoil that for you, but Extra is not the villain of this game, although I think she should be.
I have super low everyday prices, so
I mean, I'll haggle if I want to, Hen. Like,
Sell items.
you don't really want to sell, like, anything unless it's, like, just sell, and I don't know. I don't know if there's just sellable items in this game.
I'll have something extra.
None of this is useful.
Yeah, the last game had, like, credit checks and specifically stuff that was for selling.
Yeah.
That, like, you could use to upgrade weapons, but you shouldn't because, like, they were for selling. They gave you, like, no points. Okay, he does learn Brave Ga. This could be a good thing.
Yeah, it could be pretty good.
He's already more powerful than Garp, but Garp has bravery and faith. And
Yes,
this guy
which are
does not.
so hard to get rid of.
So I think I'll keep him in my back pocket.
Yep, I think it's good to, you know, raise him up, and especially if you've got an area where things are weak to frost.
Might also be unique. I feel like a lot of the
Throwy ones are like one-timers.
I might have a look. Yes, it can only be obtained once by Mog. So, like, we have to be very careful with the ones that are one time if you want to, like, use them.
Right.
It's like, you know, how you raise them does,
Affect their stats and usefulness.
Yeah, but I don't think he's not on the list of, like, best synergists, so I don't think I have to worry too much.
Yep. Just raise him as a treat.
Wow.
Thanks.
That was squeaky. Left of the next area. Ah, I got it, yeah, okay. I came with Chocolina, but I think, like, up here is where there's another one, yeah. Oh, they do yell.
It's because their friends are trapped in dimensional rifts.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and perfume held by instant death zombies, yes. There were... I have to imagine there's some kind of, like, money item, because I'm not sure how you really get money otherwise.
Google has been pretty useless about it. It's mostly people asking about things you can sell and people giving weird answers, so I don't know if there's actually a specific item for
I
it.
might have to look at that off stream then. Alright, Cornelian. We really are just in Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah.
Hope visited again. We always know when he does. He comes to check on the pillar. Fang and I are lost in our dreams, but even so, we know when our friends are close. We can feel them in our hearts.
Neat.
So, like, again, that was the whole point of 13, was, like, their friendship and love between this group was what saved the world, but no, it was fucking Goddess. Fucking Goddess did it. We're fine here inside the crystal, but I worry about the future. I caused so much trouble for the people of Cocoon, and for Sarah and her sister, and their friends and family. Hope, we're counting on you to save the future and stop the tragedy from happening all over again. Alright, southeast past Chocolino down the cliff. There it is, I see him.
Come on, Mog.
Can't get away from me on here.
Mog.
Might be able to get away from Mog.
I hate how Mog doesn't just snap to you
Yeah,
when you press R1.
It's really weird that you basically have to do the grab thing and then don't throw him to actually get him over to you. Alright, it's a whole
Babies.
family.
Let's kill them all.
My god.
Cocoon's pillar is in jeopardy, Cocoon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Some kind of mischief, Kubo. I know they don't mean to cause trouble. They're so
Why is it playing Crazy
Why?
Chocobo? I don't know, but I want to let it ride.
Won't be safe alone.
I'm sorry, it's just that my favorite snack is Pillar.
trouble, Kubo.
I'm just gonna stand here and listen to the music, let it ride.
What else could inform us of the jeopardy and urgency of this situation than this music?
This Flannabo?
I don't want to ride this Flannabo.
We never get to hear the whole thing, because you have to ride on it for quite long. Well, let it ride while I read an affectionate message. Alright, Celestine. That idiot Snow is hell-bent on going to the Colosseum. There's nothing there except dead fools fighting for a glory that no one will ever know. Is he really that obsessed with becoming strong? The worst part is he's doing it for our sake.
That stupid asshole.
I really wish we could tell it forget about us and help Sarah and Lightning. It's our fault they got caught up in this mess in the first place. If things keep going the way they are, maybe our nightmares will come true, and those two girls won't ever see each other again. Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. This is the perfect music to upgrade
I agree.
Crystarium to, for sure. Chocorodeo! Who doesn't love the Chocorodeo?
I love the Choco Rodeo.
Gas him up with the greens and let him go!
Every time I hear a new line.
You ride this rodeo?
EO.
It does ask you to go to hell several times in this song.
As we deserve.
I gotta go to Chocobo hell, you know?
If you want to make it to Chocobo Heaven, you have to go through Chocobo Hell.
You do.
It really is.
So much better than this game is. Alright, I gotta go to the north to fight some Chocobo. So we went to all that bother of uncovering the flan so that they could fuck up...
Right, so that they could
the
all come
pillars?
together and blow up the pillar with our friends in it.
Before we do that.
There haven't been a huge number of fights in this area, but maybe my,
Landed.
concept of it has been skewed by the Seath Zone.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. In this area, there's a lot of moving in areas that, can't get fights.
Yes, and, it seems like they're pretty much just scripted to give you encounters right as you come up to some of the flan.
It's very funny, we still have it as our battle music.
Of course we do.
What? It doesn't make sense to play it here, though. I guess
No.
they didn't have any, other threatening music for like wacky threatening music.
True. I think that's kind of like what they wanted. The urgency, but also this is a little bit silly.
This is silly, yeah.
You've already fought a giant flan, now it's just a bunch of babies. Now the Pikmin are attacking the pillar.
And this is what they had for silly, serious music.
Scram.
I do wish I could tell him to prioritize bravery.
It would be nice, yeah.
There we go. It's why I quite like having control over my synergist.
Yes.
But no is... I guess I'll have a look at what he's got right now, because we have put a few synergist levels in him. But I think he's more a defensive synergist.
Yeah, you kind of can't specify the...
Oh, that's a pink mini flan. I thought he was white.
Ah, yeah, fair
That's
enough.
pink.
You know.
I mean, going full power, it is power. It's
Yes.
Sentai, for sure. I do love Bogo killing stuff by quang at them.
Screams hard enough that they just die.
Ooh, some
Essence,
essences.
okay.
Those are like pretty high level
I was gonna
stuff.
say, that's gotta be the level 4 or 5 material.
Yeah.
Where do they get all that energy from?
This has gone too far.
We need the dragon.
That's enough! I've about
Need a school teacher.
You should be ashamed
Which Sarah
of
is,
yourselves for
apparently.
behaving like this. You should know better. Well, what do you have to say for yourselves?
You're not scary, man.
Yeah, I don't think a good scolding's gonna solve anything.
She can't do it. She's not scary.
No.
She doesn't have the energy. It's like a little fluff ball.
Again, Kupo.
Like, a little fluff ball yelling at you. You're just like, oh, that's
They
adorable.
also said she's scared.
You've seen like little dogs that are like, ruff, 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 ruff. That's her. That's her. And you're not scared of them. You're just like, oh, that's cute.
Now it's time for all of you to go home.
There's definitely that,
Like,
like...
if lightning was like yelling at
Kids
them.
called her Meanie Miss Farron.
It was back then.
Forgotten about that until
Again, this is one of those things that just, yeah, I had also completely forgotten about that up until now.
scare you when you weren't.
No, she's not scary.
No, they've not...
There's nothing.
These designs really just don't.
Angel to angry ogre.
Lightning's scary.
About it. They're sisters, all right.
No, they're really trying to do this, but it just doesn't sell it hard enough.
No.
And
well,
again-
the thing is, my mom's a teacher, and my mom can do scary teachers. So, like, I know what scary teachers sound like. Like, when teachers who are normally nice go scary, that's my mother. Sarah ain't got that.
Laura barely.
Sarah has got kind kindergarten teacher vibes.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
She ain't got scary vibes in her. And Mom, don't lie for the flan.
Ah.
Mini flan fragment. Alright, self-styled mini flan musketeers are a gang of 5. No, there's 4 of them. It's
There's
like
5 of them.
There's 5 musketeers?
Well, I mean...
There's 3 musketeers plus D'Artagnan, but you know.
Right, but like... I think they just wanted to go for the thing.
Oh,
There have been more than 4 musketeers in human history.
Yes.
You just need a gun for that.
Yes, so the group of musketeers is the 3 of them plus D'Artagnan. I don't know why they didn't go for 4. There is 4 of them, but it's the 3 musketeers.
I'm just saying.
Sarah does have a substitute teacher that gets bullied by the class lives. Yeah, for sure.
Ouch.
She ain't got a spine. Like, she doesn't have enough. When she was yelling there,
Yeah.
it's like, you don't have enough, like, sheer power in your voice here to, like,
Laura
calm
Bailey is
down a class.
unfortunately a bit more of a lectury friend rather than
Yes,
a
yes.
you know, stern teacher.
Yeah.
The friend who was annoyed and is now yelling at you.
And I'm just kind of like, that's cute. Getting 5 kinds of flan has somehow acquired self-awareness. The group consists of cool blue, emo black, lady pink, mischievous yellow, and hot-blooded leader red. See, they're not musketeers, they're Power Rangers. They're Sentai. Red is the regular mini flan. As for the others, it's not clear if they will turn the same color as they age. In any case, scientists are praying they won't grow any bigger, but there were other versions of them that were bigger. What? What do you mean we pray they won't grow bigger?
These specific ones. Because they're the ones who have actually
Who are
gained
self-aware of
sentience.
sentience? Okay, okay. Alright, head to the area where all the flan were. So I guess we're back to the start of the area? Okay. I hope that's what the guide means. I don't go all the way back for nothing. Might mean... Okay, fucko. Alright, you gonna follow me? But no, like... Sarah is not a teacher you'd be scared of raising her voice.
No, not really.
Who would I be scared of if there were teachers in Final Fantasy XIII? I think Saz could definitely do. I don't think he would yell, but I think he'd be very disappointed.
He'd be the
And
quiet,
you
like,
would
kindly
feel-
teacher.
You would feel terrible.
Who you'd feel bad about
if you
betraying.
Disappointed Saz for sure.
And he could use that as a weapon.
Ooh,
fashion.
It might mean over here, which is where the flan were.
Snow would be a dumb gym teacher
Yeah, 100%.
who gets really excited when kids are into
Yes.
stuff.
He would be like the lovable puppy teacher. Lightning would just be the straight up scary teacher.
Yes,
like,
Lightning would be the
whole
one that everyone in the school is actually scared of.
Yeah. Future Hope, because Baby Hope, of course, to Baby. But I think Future Hope would be your, like, incredibly smart science teacher who's not very good at controlling the class, but, like, you know, knows so much shit you kind of respect him for that. Vanille would be the teacher who helps you prank other teachers.
Right.
Ah, it's here. Good, okay.
Fang would probably be the cool janitor.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one who's actually on first name basis with a bunch of the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, another message from Snow. Is this his final one?
I think
Here I am in the void beyond. I heard there's some kind of coliseum place up ahead. I've got something I need to do there. All I have to do is climb on Shiva and head straight in. Only one thing I'm worried about. What exactly is that Caius guy up to?
It's what we're all wondering.
What? We now know from a fragment and not Noel, the tight-lipped shithead, that Caius is the guardian of Yule. A thing we could kind of infer from the fact that he is always with Yule.
Chilling with her, yes.
But, like, yeah, so he, like, travels through time and guards Yule's and has fought thousands of foes, but this is all information,
all kind of secondary.
that we've gotten from fragments, instead of Noel telling us.
Right, that all that presumably Noel knows, at least as far as we can tell.
He knows a Caius. Alright, so we're gonna go to the next story bit. We're going to Augusta Tower 200.
I think that's the one up there, actually, isn't it?
Not this one?
Yeah,
Am
this
I
is
in the
the
wrong
Coliseum.
place? Oh, this is the Coliseum. Oh, I was in the wrong place.
I mean, this map
This
is not
is the
exactly
main
easy
line.
to,
You're right. Yeah, we're going on with the main story. Let's go.
After 500 years.
Well, we were in Seatville, which was the main story for a while.
It's true, we are gonna have 2 stories with main story progress, or 2 streams with main story progress. That's pretty good for us. Music might be getting a little too excited, though.
Yeah, it's this one.
Augusta Tower is the central information processing
Multi-towers.
center of the Academy. The entire edifice is occupied by the machinery of an artificial intelligence that possesses unprecedented processing power.
Oh, good.
Neat.
AI, huh?
How many GPUs?
FALSE project, an ambitious plan to create a man-made FALSE.
Once again, this has not
Recorded the forbidden
been mentioned to us in any of the actual scenes, just this.
Remember it.
It's recorded the forbidden history, though no human survives to remember it. Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Neat.
But yes, I think this is where we find out that the humans made the fal'Cie that was torturing us with Seath in the last area. Thanks to the game for spoiling that twice, I guess?
Pretty weird, yeah.
As is twice, this narration lady has told us that the humans made this fal'Cie, and Sarah and Noel do not have that information yet.
Yep.
I think this is where they're going to learn it.
So I guess this is like man-made God in God's image, in a way.
Well, the fal'Cie were also made by gods, so
Yes.
they're demigods rather than gods.
Even still.
But, sure.
I like mine more, it's snappier.
That's fair.
You wanted us to come here.
The gates link places and eras that are connected somehow.
Do
Remember
they?
the forbidden history? The one
He
Caius
did
was
mention that.
talking about?
But do
Bet we'll
they?
find some clues
Sure.
200
Because
years
video
ago,
game
we
designers-
found forbidden history, and we're entombed in that tower as a consequence.
Could this be the tower?
How could we possibly be entombed when we can time travel?
You can just leave.
We can just leave.
Time to gather some info.
And I guess if we were dead.
There's a terminal right here.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress.
Oops.
Let me guess. We just got locked in this room.
Okay, so I turned it up for Chocobo, so I can turn it down a little bit.
There's an override command.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress.
Much better.
Oh, the Proto fal'Cie has an incredible potential, because again, it's man meddling in God's domain.
Yeah.
And an incredibly common sci-fi plot that can be used very effectively.
Well, then, like, the literal first thing we learned about it is there, like, that we see of it is
But
it.
if I was supposed to jump over these chairs that I kind of thought were blocks, kind of irritating. Because I came over here and like, oh, the chairs are in the way. I forgot I could jump. Why do I have to jump over the chairs and or desks?
The Academy.
Ah, this is the important one.
Welcome to the Academy DataNet.
Yo, you got any games on that datanet?
The Proto fal'Cie project was begun in 13 AF under the direction.
Really? 13?
The objective was to develop an artificial fal'Cie in order to re-levitate Cocoon.
Hope really had a lot of plans, huh?
Proposed and designed by Alyssa Zidell and directed by Hope Estime.
Do you realize what this means? The Academia fal'Cie must have been built by Home.
He needed
It's really weird that the whole thing is like.
The Neil and Fang.
This is kind of the first that's being mentioned in this.
But then Caius took control of the artificial fal'Cie. And now we need to find out why.
Outer perimeter now accessible.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Hope, why did you do that?
We're free
Hope,
to
that
leave the
seems
room
dumb.
anyway.
Hope, like, the whole point was to, like, you know, overcome fal'Cie rule. Thanks, Future Hope,
Still some locks that need
for
power.
hubris.
We can do that if we find some more computers.
Hi. Wow, that's an awful lot,
Is it
Of
just
same
me?
dude.
of
Can you see
same,
all
like,
these
literally
people
same
around us as
dude.
well?
Are they all the same dude?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
think
can
they're
see
all
that.
the same dude.
Why did you think I couldn't?
Hey, dude.
It's just that they have no presence.
Oh, there we go.
They're not alive.
Yeah, they seem like, yeah, because they're all the same person.
I was thinking the same thing.
Have you not noticed they're all the same person? Did you think someone just had, like, Oh no, 20 like siblings?
I don't know if we even have a name for that many twins.
Decatuplets?
That's fun.
Something's counting at us, and I don't like it.
I love being counted at.
Thank you for accessing the Academy DataNet. Welcome to the Academy DataNet.
Oh, hell yes.
Well, that said 9. Remember any other numbers it said?
1. Which
Shit,
doesn't
both.
really help.
Alright, so triangle or X, what do you think?
Definitely X.
Welcome.
Let's go!
Good job!
Hacker voice, I'm in.
Was that us? From before? This machine can show different eras.
He might have been watching us from here the whole time.
Do you mean Caius?
If that's who he really was, the Caius we met in academia seemed different to me. I don't
And
think he was the real
Yule also
Caius.
literally said,
We used to spend a lot of time together. We were both guardians.
Are you
he's
finally
finally
explaining
saying
it?
this?
We were charged with protecting the Cirrus, although I was young back then, just starting out.
15 hours in?
And he was 2 days from retirement.
Left me and Yule on our own. I couldn't protect her. Not by myself.
I was too low level.
Then, when it was just me left, a portal appeared. I went through it, and next thing I knew, I was in Valhalla.
Doing a Sora Kingdom Hearts.
You met them there, didn't you? My sister, and Caius.
I don't know why I keep running into him wherever I go.
Just
But
keep
I knew
seeing his
he wouldn't
face.
Sacrifice the Cirrus. It's not in him. There's no way he'd allow Yule to come to harm.
Well, we've got to find him. You brought us here, and we have to help.
Yeah.
Girl.
Damn, no. You really couldn't have told us this like 10 hours ago?
Right?
Not again. It's so frustrating.
What's wrong?
I'm missing some of my memories. I'm trying to think about what happened after Caius left us, but I can't remember how Yule died.
This is like the most story we've gotten in
I remember it like
hours. Like,
It's just, it's such a, what, oh.
yay!
I thought we were going to like a flashback, but no, we're just stopping there. We're
We're good. We're all set.
We're done?
Fine. Yep.
We're done with
Totally
this?
good.
We're done.
Yep. Don't worry about it. Let's reveal the
Oh.
tower's secret. I love doing that.
Oh, okay, we're
Okay,
done.
not that door.
This is the door I just came in.
Obviously not the door that is close to you, but the
Ah.
door that is further away.
Head back to the first room.
Yep.
Yes, that opened.
What the? Hey man, can we talk?
It really is. It's so annoying to me that no like
So he is here.
tidbits out
Is he the real Caius?
the story.
I also think, like, you know, the way that this cutscene really just moved straight on from the previous cutscene, or like from the last cutscene in Academia, even though we spent an entire stream doing, like, not that kind of stuff, like, it breaks it up in a really awkward way.
That is the problem with.
There he is. Now we grab him and find out if he's the
I mean,
real
a
deal.
lot of JRPGs have that problem
Yes.
of letting you fuck around, but I feel like this game extremely has it.
Well, if
with
it
the,
gets
like-
broken up over 2 areas, like,
Some way we can
Yeah.
get across
the whole point of the game is that you don't have to go to these areas in order, you know?
Why don't we just try the switch?
Why don't we just press random
We're
buttons?
tangled with another age, Cooper.
Ah, fuck.
It's being jammed by a paradox.
Maybe we can fix it with a key from another time.
Cooper.
Alright.
A malfunction switch is preventing you from traveling further to Augusta Tower. You need the Augusta Tower access key 50 to solve the fact that like the game has to tell you this in a fucking tutorial box is so awkward. We found in a different era. Return to the Story of Crux and search for the necessary access key in another time. There's a gate in a different space-time that can be opened using a wild artifact.
Yes!
Check all of the gate icons in the Historia Crux and search for a not yet unlocked crystal gate.
Okay. I was really wanting, like, because you had already told me that we were going to have to go to a different time of this zone that is locked by a wild artifact to get it, and I was really curious how the game was going to present that.
And it's, gather wild artifacts and hope you pick the right
fuck
gate.
yourself.
Because I have to inform you, we've been in all but one of the available wild gates.
Yes.
So we have actually been, like, these two are wild gates. I do believe that,
at least one of these was a wild gate.
I think both of these were wild gates.
Very possible, yeah. I think you're right, yeah.
And I think there was another wild gate earlier as well that I don't remember. These weren't wild gates. So you can see that actually those symbols at the bottom are all the gates we've been in, and they're all yellow, apart from the Arctical Steppe. And of course the tower, which we can't advance in. And hey, there's
one other one.
There's one here. So I could have opened this a while ago, but I didn't because I only had one wild artifact on me, and I didn't want. And they are they're not limited. For the only other place to get them that's not like in a side quest is the casino. For like a whole bunch of points.
Right.
Oh, was the whole point in the wild artifacts they're optional? No. No. So, if you go there and you're like, okay, the game has told me to go in a wild artifact gate, and you haven't done much side stuff, one, you're gonna have to do a bunch of side stuff to get wild artifacts. One of them was thrown. You remember back in here? Where I missed an item because I didn't see it in time on the animal, and I threw it and I had to come back later. That was a wild artifact.
Jesus.
We got a wild artifact in the Yashash Massif for completing all of the orbs and the second set of Clock Tower hands. I was really worried because I didn't have a wild artifact. Read that I needed to go in the wild artifact gate. I was like, shit, where am I going to get it? And it was fine because we got one from here.
But it is like, they're pretty tight, and you are just blindly guessing.
Yes, you get a lot of them from doing optional content. So I guess the thing is, since you don't know, the game does not tell you where wild artifact gates go to until you use them.
You've used the item.
Use an item and open them. I guess you kind of have to make a save file, then save on a different file for the autosave. Use your artifact and hope it takes you to the right place. Or, I guess, just do all the optional stuff.
Or just keep doing them, run through time.
Hope you pick early.
And then freeze some time and memory in Crystal.
I wonder if I could fight that Seath yet.
You could find out.
Is it in this one, or is it in 10X? 10AF. But
it's hard to remember.
This is where the game is non-linear, in my opinion.
I feel like it's here.
Falls apart. Because we cannot advance until we find this specific other wild gate and do it, and it could take you could find, if you've opened this earlier, you're like, aha, I found this place earlier. If you didn't, wander around until you do find it. It's defeat the Seath.
I think it's right over there.
Yeah, it's right over there, but it's not on the map for some reason, even though it has an icon.
Fascinating.
But we could save and give it a go.
Give it a shot. Why not? We've leveled up quite a bit. Yeah.
But yeah, no, the wild artifact stuff is not as optional as you think. I think this is the most blatant example of it. But yeah, you can't advance the main path without doing at least some side content.
Yep. Which, isn't horrible in concept, but does kind of have the...
I think it just makes the whole this game is non-linear lie.
Please don't scream at me.
It stops.
Yeah, got one stop, one fog on poor
It's
Garp.
a little unfortunate. I probably need to come back once I have,
Like any remedies?
yeah, I think I do. Kill, right. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and I've done, like...
Nothing.
Ooh, 800,000 health. Okay,
Jesus.
yes, we are still...
Still a little too screamy for our blood.
Ah, yes, our medic there is...
Is, dead.
Yes, I kind of need to, yeah, hello. Come back when I have, like, do I have any fog protection?
Protection,
But the thing is,
yeah.
you cannot equip, your monsters with that kind of protection.
Yeah, you're right.
They kind of just have to innately have protection, or, you have your... I honestly think that, like, Noel is probably a better healer than our,
Beaky.
Beaky. I'm gonna have to, like... I can just look at his, like... thing. Oh yeah, he's Kuraja now.
Oh, he is Kuraja
yes,
now,
yes.
so yes,
I
he is
should
absolutely... Reconfigure.
Yes. He is a better Calm than Boko. Like, he's a lot stronger than Boko.
Yep.
But yeah, I probably switch to, Zeus as a Sentinel again. Very good Sentinel.
Return of the Zeus.
And assign... Noel as medic with Kuraja. Not that it helps here, anyway. Once again, going. It's weird to me that you can't sort equipment when you're in this
here
menu.
at all. Yeah, it's really weird.
No, I don't have any, like, fog or stock protection currently.
And this is the first time we've come up with it at all.
Potentially be able to buy it at some point, but I think she's, like, way out of our
pay grade at the moment.
Okay, we can at least go around her this way to the gate.
Yep. Even now.
Well, we're not even halfway through our Crystariums, so...
Yeah.
And by that, you know, as the costs go up, we're actually, you know, less than half and all that sort of thing.
Yada yada.
Yeah, we're yellow, so there's no getting away from these guys.
Yep. Especially when we have to interact with the gate right there.
Yes. Well...
Where? Get blitzed, idiot. I'm so happy his blitz is just a scrum. But yeah, like, there's definitely, like, I could see the appeal to having a, you know, wander around until you find the thing that unplugs this, but the biggest problem with this for me, honestly, is that now, you know, I was already talking...
This doesn't tell us
where it's going.
you're going until you use a wild
It's just a wild card. Throw it out there. But like the thing to me is that I was literally just talking about how splitting that cutscene across 2 zones really cut out the like story impact of like Noel kind of talking about the thing that had just happened in academia 4 hours ago.
So if you had found this earlier, by the way, because we could have opened this
as soon as we got 1X.
Before we went to academia.
Oh, long
we
before.
could have opened this before we even went to Sunlith, and we could have had this blurb about how in 13 AF they built this tower.
Processing facility with an enormous artificial intelligence at its core. But now, centuries in the future, the system has suddenly begun
I hate it when that happens.
Somehow, the network system was attacked from somewhere in the future.
Whoa!
When the Academy tried to respond and shut down the system, it was too late. The AI had already taken control of much of the Academy.
Oh no, AI, run amok!
I hate it when that happens.
Yes, now I go up the guide. So the guide wanting to take me here first because you can get you can resolve the paradox here before you go to 200
immediately in
and
200.
then just continue in 200. But I wanted to show. I wanted to see if the game would tell me where to go. If it was like, hey, there's a gate in the Yashav Massif you could look at. No,
Nope.
it just goes, go wander until you find it, which is fine. But it is just like, if you just wanted to do the main story and you were, going in like with no information, you could go through all of the wild gates before this one.
Mm-hmm.
This would lead to a distortion causing the entire world to collapse. The subjects require further analysis.
Is this good?
Their existence has initiated a distortion in history.
Oops, whoops.
Entities are a living paradox.
I'm not very good with all this fancy machinery. What's going on here exactly?
The system that controls this facility has been hacked by someone from the outside. Wherever they are, they're trying to use the network in an attempt to override the system somehow.
So basically, some bad guy snuck in and took over the tower?
Yeah, us doing this is fucking up with fucking up time. So the solution is to just stay home.
Yeah, just don't leave. Fuck the goddess. Fuck your sister.
I don't think the person behind this is actually
But
physically.
yeah, the whole like, ooh, gates are connected. No, they're not. How is Yashif 1X AF connected to Augusta Tower 300?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like what you really would need to do for like this kind of system to feel a bit more is to find ways to connect these eras. Like, even if you don't point them out directly in the game, you could potentially like...
I think they're trying to say it's connected because it was Hope that made it,
Yeah.
but like, it's so tenuous.
Yeah. I wouldn't even really mind like tenuous connections if there was that kind of like logic to figure it out.
Restore the we turn its chambers and patches into a confusing maze. Restore the rooms to their correct position.
It's already a confusing maze. It was always a confusing maze. Come on. Don't really like this screen filter effect either, but you know, that's just personal taste.
Okay, thanks once again for telling us it's turned into a paradoxical maze. Use switches to rotate the rooms and make your way through the tower. Connecting open doors to patches will open the path before you. Learn which switches move which rooms in order to progress. I'm going to use a guide because I am lazy.
Yay! And this is an awkward puzzle-solving interface. One.
But yeah, the story is a tangled mess of disconnected episodes. Ooh, hello.
Oh ho! Yeah! I love the nasty flans, the cocoon flans.
Yeah, so the Flanitors are also in here, and Flanitor is one of the best medics in the game. We'll be hoping to pick one of those up, and if at the very least, for fusing onto our green chocobo.
Right. Wee wee wee.
It's funny, Noel is a much better commando, but it's so hard for me to give up Boko.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, if I had a Ravager that
Who you were really
was,
confident in.
Yeah, like...
I was thinking about that, how like we have not been using Ravager in a while, and we just kind of haven't really gotten too many.
Yeah, we have a few, but none that I'm like...
Most of them pretty low level.
Yeah, low level, I'd have to put a lot of resources into, and I've already put resources into other things, and like... no real way of knowing. We don't have the best ones yet.
Right.
I have to like look that up, but like I probably would, but then we wouldn't have Cerberus, which would be sad.
Yep.
But
yeah, there is definitely that level of this. So this game is kind of trying to tell one connected story, and it's telling it in a really, really broken up way with individual stories that don't really have much impact. And the side stories have mostly been just like, you know, totally nothing.
Fetch quest for a
We
random
went
person.
on to the Yasha's Massif, or to the, well, 2 times we've gone on to the Yasha's Massif and done errands for crystals. Hey, there they are. Sadness crystals. And like, it just... There's little bits and pieces, but it doesn't really feel like it ties together or even really tell a super interesting story on its own. You'd kind of need each of those individual side episodes after Wild Things to be like an episode of Cowboy Bebop with like a set beginning, middle, end. Ah, yeah, but then you just fucked them up too hard.
I pressed square right as he died.
Yep, he was too dead.
I do think this game could work better with small changes, but ultimately, fundamentally, the fact that the goddess has meddled with this shit, and thus has meddled with the plot of FF13 is a thing I cannot forgive, and I don't know how you fix.
In a lot of ways, like, the fact that this is very much, Final Fantasy, like, that it is tied to Final Fantasy 13 and a sequel to it really messes up a lot of the interesting time travel-y ideas. Like, honestly, I think a game that is quite structurally similar to this is actually 13 Sentinels. Mm-hmm. And there's only so much 13 Sentinels you can talk about without spoiling it, which I could never possibly do in my heart of hearts. But, like, you are essentially picking disconnected episodes, and many of the episodes that you pick have hard requirements on other episodes, or even taking alternate paths in other episodes that the game doesn't even tell you about. But it's all presented in a much more intriguing fashion, and more importantly, when you click on any given episode in 13 Sentinels, you are going to get a complete nugget of a story with really concrete, really interesting information that's going to make you curious about 6 other story paths.
Like, we can only play it for like a couple of hours at a time because so much happens at all times. We had to like stop and then like talk.
Be like, oh god, what is that gonna mean for this?
Process what we'd learned and what that meant for other things we knew and how that affected our knowledge of what was happening in the game.
Yep.
Like, my brain was bursting from that game because there was just so much
every single time we played
it. That's not this game.
No. You know, and like, I think the big thing that I get about it, like, especially watching this here, is that in 13 Sentinels, when you click on a story, you are gonna get some, like, it is gonna throw you some red meat that is gonna make you think about other parts, even if it tells you a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense at all. Whereas when you do a story here, like, you just don't learn things a lot of the time. And yeah, there is like so much just map reuse. Save us, Mog! By falling into the abyss. Oh, he's going to space. He's still bouncing!
That's good. Did you bring me anything? No.
I don't know.
I think because I did a cutscene, he didn't bring me anything.
Maybe you silently got one more gil. Ah!
Yes, 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 yes. Alright, can I put that on a chocobo?
A blue chocobo chick. Yes!
Yes!
Ah!
Yes! 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 I also do have a toxic mushroom.
I'm toxic.
And the mark of the sea as well.
I'm toxic.
But, blue chocobo chick! Woo! Chocobo on chocobo. Crystal Fowl.
What's the toxic mushroom look like? Ooh, that's an appropriately sized one. It's just a fly Aminata. I love it.
Aww, it's on his shoulder. Incredible. It's going on.
This is a blue chocobo chick house.
That thing's counting up, and I'm not sure I like that.
I love counting up. Thanks for telling me that elevator is an elevator. Ooh, hello, Thixteron.
I think the fact that it doesn't matter when you do Augusta Tower 300 here.
Yeah.
If you had, like, the enemies are quite tough, so doing it earlier is tough, but, like, if you had come here long before you went to Academia and done it, it wouldn't change anything up to literally that end point in 200 where we would just been able to continue.
Yeah.
But it would not.
Hey.
I would not have been. It wouldn't have changed any of the story.
I was sort of wondering what the cutscene was gonna be like here, cause like
he's loyal and gentle.
Oh, a kinder, gentler boy.
He learns Esunata.
Ooh.
He is also actually mechanical, so he's not actually affecting our.
Yeah, we've had very few mechanical creatures. That helps a lot.
The thing is, the game isn't consistent about resolving paradoxes affecting the area, or if it branches a new path.
Yeah.
It's not consistent about that at all, so it couldn't really do a path like that because it's already contradicted itself on that.
Yep. But yeah, the way that the map works is definitely already kind of confusing. Like, and kind of gets in the way of the whole time travel as it's presented. It's strange because it's hard for me to say exactly what would make a lot of this feel better to me, other than not being Final Fantasy XIII at all.
What do we name her, Flanner?
What's a good janitor name?
That's true. What is a good janitor name? Alright, we got Kurt. Kurt's a decent name. Proteus. Flanny. It's a little on the nose. Francis. I don't think this guy's... He's not a Francis, but he might be a Willy. Is he a Willy?
He could be a Willy.
Is he a Willy? Is our Flanner a Willy? That's a good... I mean, that is literally it's a groundskeeper name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flancis. If I can name him Flancis, I would, but
Absolutely.
he's Willy.
Willy.
Willy. Alright, up we go. But the fact of the matter is that, like, they have a lot of maps from FF13 they could be using instead of using the same map 4 times. There's no real reason, like the Yasha Space 10 and 10X AF being the same, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be, why do we need to have 2 other optional areas? 100
also,
and
like,
110.
Yeah, exactly. 100 and then 10 years later.
Why
like...
couldn't those be 2 different places? You have the maps already from 13.
Yep.
And there are loads of places from 13 that do not end up in this game.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of like, you know, because time travel's in the picture, you could go back to Cocoon.
Yeah.
Like, real, fully functional Cocoon if you wanted to reuse maps. It would be a little bit weird because, of course, a lot of those places were either destroyed or, like, really aggressive solo paths, but, like,
But there's even, like, places in Pulse that it doesn't reuse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we've been at Erba once, but there was the whole tower that we were in.
Yep.
There was the underground bit with the mole. There was, like, the water area that you went into with the orbs that changed the weather. There were a few different environments in Pulse that, like...
that could have been reused.
Are in here.
Especially when, like... in Yasha's, all we did was go to terror orbs, you know? Like... the second time that we went to the exact same place to do the exact same orbs definitely hurt my spirit a little bit.
See you later, Choco Gator. I'm gonna get her to say it again, maybe. Hopefully.
I have to say, you have a
No.
really good eye.
I have a terrible eye. I didn't buy it.
Well, she'll definitely say it again sometime. And I'll interrupt that one, too.
See you
thoughtlessly.
later, Choco Gator.
Can it go any further?
No. Get out of here, Mog. Can just fling him. No, the dialogue choice mechanic is bad. The throwing Mog mechanic and uncovering chests with Mog mechanic is bad. The invisible chests in general, bad. So it's like the quick time events and cutscenes, bad. All of these are gameplay decisions that I think are terrible. I was like, oh well, I just hate the story because it ruins the story of the original game, and I love the story of the original game. But also, no, mechanically, also kind of dookie. Like, it fixes a lot of the battle system problems of the original. The minor ones they had, like not having paradigm sets and changing your paradigm taking forever for the first time in a fight. And then adds a whole other lot of gameplay elements that are terrible.
Yep, that's perfect.
That's perfect.
I think there's also a treasure. Remote to get.
You know, I think another thing about the Massif as it is, as the map is, like, I wouldn't actually mind going to them reusing a map a bunch of times if it was like a fairly large and interesting area. The Massif as it is presented in this game has literally one cool towny type area around the head where we talk to Pope. And then it's just a bunch of hallway valleys.
Yeah.
Like, of all the maps to do 4 times, that one is
that
just.
one's a bad
If there was a map that like you could only get to certain parts in certain times, and it was like you could solve different puzzles across eras and affect things, I could see reusing that 4 times. That Massif map just feels like, oh, more busy work every time we see it.
That's my Mog.
My Mog.
And yeah, you could do a cool or weird or interesting time travel story with this. It's just like...
I didn't.
Yeah.
I would get so sick doing this.
This is not good user experience. Ah. We nailed that one.
Yeah, we did.
Hi.
I know there's another monster in this area that we've not seen yet that's like one of the better monsters in the game. Along with Flannery. We'll see if we see it.
On to the next.
It's not Thexteron.
Nope.
Come on, Mog.
Get flung, idiot. He takes far too long to come back to you.
It's because he's fallen down a hole.
I mean, yeah, but like...
And like, why did they do it like that?
Yeah.
You could have put a floor where if Mog falls below this, recall him, you know? Like, he is bouncing around out in space.
Come on, Mog.
It's a bad mechanic. And the thing I've come to realize is like gameplay isn't just the battle system.
Yeah. Oh yeah, whenever people talk about RPGs, so much of the time it's like, well, when you're in a random encounter, is that good? And it's like, that's...
Well, I feel like the same as like Fire Emblem. When people say gameplay, they mean the maps.
Yeah.
And it's like that, especially in modern Fire Emblems, is not all there is to gameplay.
Yeah.
There's also the hubs and like the stuff you do in the hubs, but also the like figuring out your characters and builds and stuff. That's gameplay, and I feel like a lot of people like leave that stuff out. And I feel like here it's like, yeah, gameplay is also the dialogue choices and the like the quick time events. Oh god. And like everything else that happens in the game that isn't just watching cutscene is gameplay.
Yeah.
I hate when it's a group of Flanagers.
Yeah, because they literally just sit around healing each other over and over, just like in 13. But yeah, and it's definitely that, like, you know, I mean, the developers of Fire Emblem know that the reason the series still exists is basically all the stuff outside of the maps. Like, Awakening did not succeed because it is the best mechanically map-oriented Fire Emblem. It succeeded because you could make the little dolls kiss and have babies. You know? And so it just leaned into that super hard.
Before going anywhere, turn around and toss Mog to the feet down. Ah, there it is.
Ah, jeez.
Go over there, idiot.
That's great, Mog. I like it when it sounds like you don't like what's happening.
It takes so long for him to open the chests, too. I threw
Yup.
him directly at a chest, and I have to wait, like,
Yup.
5 fucking seconds.
Yeah, and it is
It's
also
too
kind of
long.
like, you know, it's like you could start moving, but eh.
But then, like, an enemy might come up, and then you can't, like, preempt them.
Yep. It's really weird that it's tied it into that to, I guess, have some sort of consequence to it. But what it does mean is that anytime you throw at a chest, you just sort of stand there awkwardly while Mog takes 30 seconds to come back to you. You know, and like, in a lot of ways, a lot of these games also have decided they need things outside of just this battle system. And unfortunately, that's why you get these wild, discordant experiences and Professor Layton puzzles in this game, you know? Like, and in practice, I don't even hate the concept of it, but you do need to have, like, a vision of what you want the game to be, especially in the moment-to-moment.
It really is, like, the core concept of, like, traveling through time, fixing, like, make right what was made wrong, fucking Quantum Leap style. I love Quantum Leap. That shit is the GOAT. Like, it is, like, I wish this was Quantum Leap. Like, Quantum Leap understands it's a sci-fi show, but what sci-fi shows are about are people.
Yeah.
This game forgot that bit. A lot of sci-fi does.
Well, and I feel like the thing about this is that this is ostensibly supposed to be about people, about Sarah and Lightning and their relationship, but we have spent so little time actually musing on that relationship or doing anything with it, you know? Please work.
Like, you know, it's not... I can get behind a silly time travel game. I love Dark Cloud 2.
Yep.
That is a silly time travel game. But this game isn't silly enough.
Well, and it also just doesn't do enough to keep your attention while it's doing its disconnected moment-to-moment stuff, you know?
Well, it's just like there's like Yule dying and like lightning taking and all this like serious stuff happening.
Yeah.
So I can't take it as like a fun romp through time because like we're not having any fun. We get these super serious narrations and people are in jeopardy and Yule is dying all over the fucking place. And it is just like... Am I supposed to take this seriously, or am I supposed to be having a fun time travel adventure?
And it's a bit hard to tell.
People are falling into paradoxes and turning into crimson orbs of despair!
There's definitely a bit of a tone problem. 2! Sarah, that's not how you operate a computer. Oh,
All right.
sweet fucking
1,
Jesus.
2, 3, 7, 1, 7, 1. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
7.
Yes, we saw that 1, 2, 3.
We've had a 7 recently, but I...
There was a 2. It said 2 just before we went in here, didn't it?
Did it? Okay.
But I think
so
it's square.
It said 7 before then, yes. So let's go with...
Welcome. You have access to the internet.
I'm so good at hacking.
It's not very good security for your robot AI to
be yelling the
yelling
password.
the password out loud, yeah.
And our work here is done. No more intrusions from the future, right?
Looks like we're safe.
Really?
It's back up and running.
We never got to find out who was behind this whole thing, did we?
Yeah, I don't know. who
Were
it
we
could be.
trying to do that?
Who would go through all the trouble to take control of a tower from the future without a demand of some sort?
It really makes you wonder what they were after, huh?
I do also think that, like, the fact that you could do this before or after...
Due to actions taken by the subjects, a possible future has been deleted from the timeline. The subjects pose a serious threat. For the security of future operations, precautionary countermeasures are being initiated. Subjects
I want that Mog eliminated. Yay!
Paradox has been resolved.
It has?
Now the tower back in 2.
Oh, well, yep, there we go. A little bonus scene.
Well,
But yeah, because this could happen either before or after you come to the tower, it had, like, the scenes have to be completely disconnected from each other, you know?
The guy doesn't even tell me the right answer, by the way. It just says guess, because you can just keep doing it until you get it. The guy doesn't actually... This guy does not say the right answer.
Interesting. I almost wonder if it's that it is randomized to an extent.
No, it isn't.
That's hilarious.
The other guy says what the answer is.
That's incredible.
The entry board allows you to activate a switch in Augusta Tower 200. Use the board to replace circuits crosswired across time frames and bypass the malfunction.
Fascinating.
Yeah, we never did see the other enemy.
Tragic.
Yeah, it really is, like, the thing is, like, you could have had it with, like, Snow, and then that relationship would take center, but maybe, like, both of their relationships with Lightning?
Yeah, could get further examined, you know?
You could have had Lightning and Sarah together, sisters, fucking, you know, fixing the timeline. Instead, we had to get Noel. Why is he here?
Yeah.
Who is he and why is he here?
Yeah, I feel like it's the kind of thing of, like, you either had to go fully with the original party or fully with a new party.
Kind of like Xillia too, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, because this kind of halvesies stuff that they've done here means that Noel feels completely underbaked compared to the 13 characters, but then the 13 characters also feel pretty underbaked because you have to invent this entirely new side story that they just basically touch.
Yeah, Snow is even set out to be looking for Lightning for Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Nothing to do here, I guess. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Access key 13 required. Item has been detected in a previous time versus yes. We actually cannot continue here until we have been to 200 and
So we have been there.
done some stuff in. Back we go.
Yeah, there definitely is that, like, just, you know, the game as it exists right now definitely is very off-putting in a way.
Still missing a fragment there, and I don't really know why. And here, you know, there's a bunch of fragments still missing in a whole bunch of places.
6 there, but we can't do half the map on that one.
Some of them. So that's not like too. I know what some of them are. It's not too much of a worry, but
4 of 13 in the horrible Seath City.
Time and memory frozen in crystal, Sarah and Noel have come to Augusta Tower to find out what
Whee!
is behind.
Oh yeah, that's running around, yeah.
Here they discover
Turning
a shocking
rooms.
truth.
We've still not learned that humans have made a protophile C yet.
No, we were getting closer. There were tiny little bits that were, you know, like that are starting to come together on that. But yes, the game has told us several times, but neither Noel nor Sarah, as far as we know anything about that. Yeah, there definitely is that bit where because Sarah is essentially a prop character in 13, she can be a good hook. I get why they chose her as kind of the centerpiece for it, but like...
The future city of academia is
difficult.
overrun by Seath. And the sealed pages of history may hold the reason why.
Sure.
Caius was here in this tower, where the secrets of the past still lie. Lightning, it was our faith in the tiniest chance that helped us get this far. We might not know what kind of
I guess
answers
maybe
are
we would
waiting
have gotten
for
this
us.
at the start of this if we'd
But
already
there is
done
one thing
300
we've learned
F?
already.
Probably.
Sorry, as
The
fuck.
path ahead is too dark to see. Sometimes it's important to just keep going.
You might bonk your head.
Caius came to
But
this
in a good
facility
way.
as well, right?
Extremely weird to get narration in like the middle.
Yeah, and then just
of-
spawn into the middle of a thing. And again, these are all attempts at making, you know, the branchy story, different paths and changes, but... sometimes these things will land, sometimes they won't.
Now we can explore the other floors.
Oh, that's a familiar person. That's a little weird.
Ah, no, it's fine. She's gone. She's Data from Star Trek.
Hey, that girl. Isn't that Alyssa? What's she doing in this time?
That's Rio from Lifeline.
At some point, we need to turn back time in the thingy place where we first met her, so we can have Noel ask who she is, so we can figure out what her connection to Sarah is. Because like we don't know. We never found out how Sarah knew her and why she let us out of prison because we didn't ask about that.
They're pen pals, I'm sure.
So she's just a character that apparently Sarah knows that's not working with Hope, and it's like, who are you?
It's honestly probably all we're gonna get.
But yeah, it's a bad choice in a vacuum because she doesn't have a personality, and then Noel sucks.
She doesn't
Yeah.
know who we are. I guess she's not Alyssa after all.
Alyssa?
We used to know a girl who looked like you.
And was dressed exactly the same.
My apologies. I must recalibrate my previous greeting. It appears that you are acquainted with the original.
Ooh, capital O.
Original.
I am a duplicate of the Alyssa Zidell entity. My design is based on her biophysical data.
Freaky.
Hey, could you not do that around us?
She's a machine.
A fabricated life form. Or a living machine. The semantics are irrelevant.
Aren't we all fabricated life forms?
Oh, so they can just teleport?
Yeah. I mean, why take bridges?
Are all the people who work here the same as you, Alyssa?
Yes, everyone is a duplicate. An artificial life form.
And most of them are Ted.
It's like the liveliness has been sucked out of the Augusta Tower lately.
What
Lately?
People there are all so quiet and almost robot-like.
Were they ever not that?
So what do I know? Anyway, back to business. Open up that wallet and shower me with Gil.
Not Chocobolina.
Okay, let's have a look and see if, No, it doesn't look like there's anything about, like, fog or stop in here right now. My guess is there won't be, because that seems like, you know, very late game stuff, to be honest.
Yes. Again, they're like, it's not like we're even slightly encountering these statuses elsewhere.
So I've been talking to myself a lot, trying to keep things lively, you know?
You ever not do that?
No. Talks to herself an awful lot.
Hello there. Ah, a twist and shout headband. Immovable.
Oh, okay. Mother induces a chance to have action interrupted. Okay, that's actually pretty good because getting interrupted sucks and it happens a lot.
Oh, yeah. Aha.
Oh, heck yeah. Train conductor beret!
Oh my, man,
Yes,
they're
yes,
giving us the good
yes,
stuff
yes.
now.
Like,
Okay.
it extremely suffers from, like, the other main character being Noel, who sucks. And doesn't explain shit to you for
Yep.
reasons.
Yep.
Can I put it on him? Yes.
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 Yes. Absolutely adorable. Fuck yeah. Have a hat,
It's like
Garth.
a Robin Hood hat.
Mm-hmm.
With a swish. I guess at least I'm glad this doesn't have the visual effect that the other timeline had.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I was just thinking to myself, this place is much less unpleasant to look at now.
That console has like an NPC.
It wants to have a chat with us,
It really
yeah.
wants to talk to me, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I've seen people who are like, why do people hate Noel? And I'm like, because he sucks. Because he's awful. He's an asshole.
More than anything, he's a victim of bad writing.
Yeah.
Like, but it's bad writing that makes him seem like an asshole. The only way the human brain can process it is, wow, he's being a dick to us.
Paradox interference. Locate and retrieve paradox source.
Alright,
Oh.
currently retrieved from the terminal. A major paradox has infested the computer system. Alright. You sure itself is out of that? The cause of agent infecting this terminal is somewhere on one of the floors of the tower. Find paradox agent type A and fix it.
Please locate and
With your
retrieve
fists?
paradox
Yes.
source. Neutralization of source object can be carried out at this terminal.
Please find a USB on the ground. And plug it into me.
Oh shit, the guide says I should already have it.
Oh.
You should be able to turn this in right away. Uh-oh! Oh, okay. So at least, no, that's the, like, where I am.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I missed this somewhere. Oops. Oh, okay. In the room where Chocolina is. Okay, I have to use Mog Throw.
Oh,
Okay.
of course. Sure.
I missed that line, because I kind of went to the wrong place.
Well, and these rooms are a bit tiny, so it's pretty easy to, like, not see that there's a flashy object
But yeah,
here.
like, Noel and Sarah don't have a relationship.
No, they don't really have much chemistry, and not even in, like, you know, the romantic sense.
No,
Like, they
even
don't come across
friendship
as
chemistry,
friends all that
yeah.
much.
And it's like after 13, where you have a group of 6 people who, like...
Whose relationships constantly change to each other. Yeah, wow, that's mean.
That's mean. Wow, with the camera down here as well, right? I'm a gamer who doesn't look up.
As are we all.
Alright, let's take it over. Like, what is Noel's character other than jerk who gets really mad at people he barely knows and won't tell us any information?
Yeah.
And also complete fucking idiot, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Guy
Hasn't
who,
happened yet.
Guy who
but-
can't retain information for 5 fucking minutes is
No,
on
listen,
the
his
board.
memories, he has problems with them. That explains everything,
It's
I'm
on
sure.
the fucking board.
Object confirmed. Commencing neutralization.
Alright, we got an idea circuit.
I have no ideas.
None. Alright, academic reward. The AZ files. I got a message the other day when I saw where it was from. Well, golly, I nearly killed over in surprise. It was from Hope Estom himself. I remember when a lot of used to be classmates with him in middle school. It's hard to forget the names of the people who were involved in the catastrophe. Anyway, he said he was really interested in my report about the gates and wanted to know if I'd be willing to join his team, Team Alpha. Wow. With them, I'd have all the resources I need to continue my research.
This is how Alyssa talks now.
Well, golly!
Fair enough. Well, howdy! I can't disagree.
Well, gee willikers.
Well, butter my biscuits.
I'm sorry, that just came out when I saw well, golly.
Look, we've done an entire stream with me doing nothing but a Mickey Mouse voice, so I can't.
Alright, so now we can talk to this terminal.
System overriding operating rules. Immediate paradox resolution required.
Like, Noel still hasn't,
Please locate and retrieve
talked to Sarah about the fact that he knows she has visions yet?
Yeah, and he was like really worried about it. You know, it would be one thing if we hadn't had the scene of him freaking out when she said she might be having visions and was like, "Are you having visions?" And it's the fact that that's just gone completely on the back burner is just a bit strange.
Doesn't the paradox seem?
Oh no.
Alright, let me check my other guide.
Gamers never look up, but guide writers never look backwards.
No, it also doesn't do it. Hang on a second.
It showed us a very helpful picture of the chest with absolutely no identifying objects around it when we took it.
No. Okay, so we started on this floor, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Because all of the Teds are over there. They're like every dot on this map.
Okay, yes. Okay, so it's on a different floor that I'm guessing we can get to yet.
Alright.
Get over there. There's a terminal. Let's go to that terminal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we so rudely interrupted our conversation with Robo Alyssa.
Alyssa, you haven't had any other visitors recently, have you? Like someone called Caius, for example.
The Caius entity came through recently, accompanied by a green-eyed girl. They were
Green-eyed
proceeding to
girl.
the top of the tower.
Yule as well? Why is she here?
Why wouldn't she be here?
Hey!
They've come to tell us a secret. There's treasure here. She came to hide something or to protect time.
Dumb, unfounded, probably the correct answer.
What are you going with?
To protect time?
It's kind of their job.
It's all they do.
To protect history? Do you remember? That's what Caius
It's the one overriding fact we know about them as
Sarah
storytellers.
telling this to Noel, but Noel knows Yule and Caius. He's a guardian of Osiris. He knows more than Sarah.
In this tower and seals the forbidden
He
history,
knows
right?
more about Yule and Caius
What
than
if that's
she
the true
does.
timeline, and Yule is here to make it happen?
She's already seen what is going to happen to us here.
Right. Caius said we were distorting history, throwing the timeline into confusion. If he's right, we've got to be stopped.
If anyone knows the secrets of this tower, it'll be Caius. If it means resolving the paradox, we have to talk to him.
We make the first move. Sounds good to me. Let's get our future back.
Alyssa,
You hate
take
your
us to the top
future.
floor? Of course. This way. If a person is created artificially, do they still have a spirit?
Uh-oh.
They say spirit is a gift from the goddess, given to humans and
Ah,
humans
well,
only.
that sidesteps that neatly.
We're
Once
studying
again.
contradictions, with the freedom to make mistakes and the will to start over.
Goddess did it.
Thanks, goddess.
Goddess
I would hate to have a moral
did it.
quandary.
Goddess did it.
So the legends tell us.
Absolute fucking horseshit.
So we're gonna go up to the top of this tower and fight Dahaka, right?
Yeah. There's no fucking respect for sci-fi in this fucking sci-fi game. It drives me nuts. Sudden switch to Ravager? Okay.
You just need to get that big node. Love to see it.
We were getting them with Saboteur before. We were not quite going to get a level here, but we're close.
Very close.
Yeah, so we're literally like
2 pips.
three pips away.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an overarching theme of humanity needing to stand on its own, finding their future as independent beings, and also that, like, the Fal'Cie were enslaved to their literal, like, being. Like, they couldn't, without free will, like, they couldn't do anything, and Bartanilus' whole deal is that he was trying to, like, he wanted the creator back so that he could be something beyond what he was, a very powerful slave, essentially.
Yeah. Well, and a literal orphan that lost its mother.
It sure would be a fucking shame if a sequel came along and ruined all of that. It sure would. But like this game?
Like, if anything, the ultimate thing of 13 is that these demigod creatures are just as human as us, but even more restricted. Their base desires are completely understandable. And they cause them to do truly monstrous things because of them.
Bartanilus is incredibly powerful. He has you in the palm of his hand the whole game, but it turns out that, you know...
Because it's the only thing he can possibly do.
Humans are more powerful than that. No, goddesses are more powerful than that.
Yeah, well, it's the thing. Demigods, then humans, then goddesses.
Fucking turns out goddesses are better than everything. Actually, how fucking dare you think that there might be a story about humanity at this core here?
You gotta have faith. Willie! I've got a potent engine for you, Willie.
Willie!
Always very funny when the connect the dots breaks.
Don't know how many ATB he has.
3.
Oh, 3. Yeah, definitely want 4.
Yeah, it's the awkward part of it, where it's like extra duration would be nice, but the double cast is just so good.
Yeah, I'm doing this for no reason whatsoever,
Oh yeah. Well, it's like I said, Dahaka's at the top of the tower, and we have to fight him.
No, XIII-13 is a very game with strong themes about humanity versus godlike beings.
Well, that resonated with you really hard.
Really strongly. And then this game is like the goddess actually saved Cocoon.
Seeing this game basically undermine, like, the obvious intended story of that one is just like, why did you do this?
Is this a paradox?
Go see what's happening.
But,
What is this? No.
hope! I can't believe we could never trust the machines to do anything.
Hi, guys.
Not the bees! So basically we're doing the Metal Gear Solid elevator scene.
Yep. But with time.
Mm-hmm. You know, I guess to be fair, this is a more visually dynamic scene than we've had a lot of times.
I really wish it wasn't doing this.
This shaky elevator's a bit much.
It's making me a little motion sick, to be honest. I kind of wish it wasn't swooping it like I'm on a boat. Kind of having to look away because it makes those very sharp motions. I am not enjoying it. I forgot about this part. I forgot that it does this to the camera.
That it turns you, that it makes you seasick.
That wasn't even a warm-up.
I do really, nice. Like it when games go to the effort of explaining why a character isn't telling you something. It's fine to make characters be cagey with information.
Oh, and 13 AF? Hope was fucking
instantaneously?
murdered?
The real Hope and Alyssa were murdered?
Yes, after the tower was completed.
You built it in 3 years?
Yeah. Project, the artificial intelligence and humans came into conflict.
Shocking.
The artificial intelligence killed them?
They made artificial intelligence in the year 13 AF?
And it instantly killed them. I'm afraid so.
No, Noel's not sharing a bunch of information because he forgot it.
He did forgot. He's just a little guy and it's his birthday. We shouldn't be so mean to him.
I do love this music though.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this maybe effect wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't sitting right up against it.
We're quite close to the television, yes.
It's quite disturbing. Just the thing about fighting things in elevators. I mean, F13 has that.
Mm-hmm.
More like because they're like service elevators.
It's a tense situation, you know.
Hope and the others were killed in this tower. And then, after they were dead, the AI took control of the academy.
A broken Fal'Cie was created by a broken artificial intelligence.
Well, broken's a little much.
Humans were betrayed, and then they were wiped out.
Damn, Hope, I guess you shouldn't have dreamed.
Mechanical puppets that were built to hide what happened.
So now I'm suddenly trying to think of, like, what timelines have we been to where we actually talked to people who weren't also time travelers? Like, past 13, essentially. Because if what this is saying is that, like, literally...
they turned AI people in Academia 400 into C for seeming
right.
a little...
Weird. Kind of take some of the punch out of that.
Well, the thing is this connected to any of the
right.
people
There is also that part of it.
Talk to?
But it is that hypothetical, like, that would be a potentially cool thing. that you could do. Like, I really wish the game was doing something cool with it, but I'm kind of also like, but I don't think this now reveals someone we've talked to be an android or whatever, you know? Maybe I'm wrong, because it's really hard to keep track of this.
So I don't think there's been any main story areas that
Yes.
are set after 13.
Except for the city.
Hi, Ryan.
Alright. And we didn't actually talk to anyone.
Because like Sunlit
real.
is, but it's just snow.
Yeah.
Like
And
Yasha was like 100, 110, but like if those are AI, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
To be buried.
It stopped moving.
Looks like they.
But yeah, like Academia 400, we essentially only talked to.
Like I was like, we locked you in the tower, but it's like, but we
we've
can
seen
travel in
forbidden
time, you
history.
fucking idiot.
Does that mean we're stuck
AI.
here for
Right.
How do you think we got in this tower?
200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed.
And so the forbidden history was that everyone was replaced with AI,
But now you stand
which
before
kind of
me
comes out of
once
nowhere.
again. What can that be if not a paradox?
But also, we know that that wasn't Caius.
You remember what Kaya said? In his memory, the next thing that happens is we die.
That's why he acted the way he did. As far as he was concerned, we were supposed to be dead.
Have you not realized that was AI Caius? I'm sorry,
Right.
am I spoiling that?
No, I also. Well, we've now just seen a body double of someone else.
Instead of dying,
But like, there are so many convolutions here.
can save the future.
That wasn't Caius. He literally warped in the same way that Duplicate Alyssa did.
Yep.
And Yule was like, that wasn't Caius.
Yule, the fact that Yule literally started off by saying that wasn't Caius, like, is
These people cannot hold on to information for more than 5 minutes.
Yep.
They cannot put pieces together. It drives me nuts how often they get told something. Literally told something. And then forget that they were told it.
Yep.
This might be important later. Remember this. Remember why I'm so mad right now? Remember, this happens later. It's so bad. It's so bad. It drives me nuts. And it like, I kind of forgot that it's a running theme with them throughout the whole game. That they will be told shit and they will just not remember.
The
or
big
if
thing
they
is
do
that-
remember, they won't put the
Yeah.
obvious pieces together that wasn't Caius.
Well, and like what it is awkward writing. Because if you let this sit on the back burner for a while, it would be one thing. But the fact that this is in fact the very next major story beat, and that it very neatly answers questions that were raised in the first story beat, but the game has decided you don't get to learn that yet.
We've been sucked into the paradox.
It's not great.
Oh, it drives me so mad. The writing in this game is so bad.
Like, they really needed Yule to not explicitly say Caius isn't here. They needed her to maybe sound a little confused when you said Caius was here, but
Yeah,
then
maybe
not
went-
actually
maybe
say
went
the words.
Caius, like confusingly,
Yeah.
and then died.
By looking straight in the camera and saying, but Caius isn't here, you've basically said, well, there's a body double Caius somewhere, and, like, kind of resolve the mystery before you even give the actual, like, you know, plant the seeds of the answer. Awkward.
I'm sorry, if you haven't figured out that wasn't actually Caius, you're not listening to the game.
Basically, and I mean, I hadn't said it yet, but I had figured that out, and I
Of
was going to
course!
say, like I was actually going to, like, float it as a theory at some point, quote-unquote theory.
I
At some
slammed
point.
right into this guy's butt.
He's quite large, and this place is quite, like, small,
Ryan.
so I guess you're just going to be fighting Orion a lot of the time with no warning. But no, like, I was gonna be like, so Caius is an AI, right? You know, like now that we've learned that the AI can make body doubles of people, it's a really obvious conclusion
As soon as you meet
to make.
Alyssa, it is obvious. But the thing is, the fact that they're like, well, but Caius, and then it says we die, and it's like, that must be why Caius tried to kill us. And it's like, oh my god, you're
like,
so stupid!
Or...
You're so stupid! Because, like, Caius has tried to kill you before with his sword.
Yes.
Like, he literally fought you and kicked your ass. But in academia, he just warped away and had Seath come at you.
And literally all you said...
Caius tries to kill you.
Literally every time it's come up, you've always been like, that really didn't seem like Caius. But now you're taking something that he had and, like, just running with it so hard. Like, this is sort of specific. I don't believe it's snowing, no. It's quite sunny for us, actually.
Yeah.
But no, there's this thing that, like, I find when I play chess sometimes where, like, you're supposed to see moves, like, go forward in chess and, like, you know, build out scenarios and try those things. And being not a particularly good chess player, sometimes I will, like, kind of examine a board state and say, oh, they kind of have to make this move here. And then go a whole bunch of moves ahead of that, like, as with the assumption that that's the only move you could possibly make. And then I make my move and the opponent does something completely different, totally invalidates everything that I was thinking prior to that, and I'm just left to sit there and go, ah, shit. That's kind of how I feel about this, like, story beat in a way, where they are, like, taking and running.
All of that elevator trip to get to the 51st floor.
Yeah, it was a pretty slow elevator. The AI was simulating.
These floors are very far apart, even though that's literally the floor. You can actually see this before. We can actually see treasure chests.
Yep, on other floors. Yes, yeah. I did actually see that there were some ones. Well, what it actually did was took us all the way to the top of the tower and then took us back down. But no, like, and it really is this thing of, like, they are jumping to so many conclusions based on information that they already have reason to be suspicious of. And it does make them seem like idiots. Like,
stupid!
So much of this game,
asshole.
The best explanation you can come up with for character motivation is that these two are morons.
So stupid. So incredibly dumb. The dumbest motherfuckers you've ever had the misfortune of playing in your life. I really hate these two because they are criminally stupid. Oh, Flanagers with a Ryan, that's great.
Ew.
It's exactly like Symphonia 2, where the obvious answer is that it's not Lloyd, it's a fake, and they will not. None of them will say it. For like the 25 hours they pretend that's a mystery. They, like, no one ever floats the actual theory
well, maybe
that
that's just not Lloyd.
Maybe that's not Lloyd. They're like, oh, maybe he's brainwashed, or maybe this, and that, and it's like, no, it's not him. And then you're like, what? It's not him? And it's like, yeah, no shit, that was obvious. It was so obvious it's not him that you couldn't say it, because everyone everyone playing would just be like, yeah, it's a fake Lloyd. No shit. And all of your quote-unquote mystery would be out the fucking window. And it's the same one here. It's like, oh, Kai's tried to kill us because we came here and caused a paradox by being alive then. And it's like, no, it was the AI trying to kill you. That you know has killed everyone and replaced them with AI duplicates.
I feel like that probably should have landed a little harder than it has.
They don't seem all that perturbed by that.
Like, I think that scene probably needed a bit more gravitas than a, like, seasick series of mini-fights.
Nice.
Nice. You know, and it does mean that, like, all of this was actually just the AI trying to lure you in to also kill you. But it's just presented so awkwardly.
Oh, we got different awoos now.
Legally distinct awoos. And like, the thing that really does kill me here is that, like, in order for this to land, like, what you needed to do was build up this idea that there is this impossible paradox at some point between 10 and 100 that's preventing us from seeing further in the timeline or whatever.
No.
Well, convenient. And then also have this, like, you go to the future, you meet people, and go, like, but things do seem... Whoa!
Synergist. What do you have, buddy?
He's a sick, nasty, vicious synergist.
Oh, he has an increased chance to interrupt enemies.
But he's a synergist.
He's got well, he does have physical
Sonic
attack.
Boom!
Yeah, that's his feral link. Protect and shell. What a good woo.
But yeah, you know, like if you went to cities and talked to people and did side quests and kind of assumed like, well, the world seems okay here, so I don't know what's wrong with history. And then this big mid-game reveal was that everything was blocked up because literally everyone you've been meeting in the future was actually a robot. That would actually be super cool.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
And then you could go back to those areas, like you then like spend the mid-game resolving this and winning the history back for human beings, go back to all these areas, and suddenly all the people have been replaced by humans again. I feel like that's kind of sort of what they're trying to do here as a mid-plot.
No.
But it just doesn't work.
No, I'm sorry. I don't think anyone that we've met has.
But that's the thing. No. I don't. Sorry. I mean, like, this whole AI thing is ultimately not like the plot because we know that there's going to be a bunch of stupid shit with the goddess, but that it's clearly meant to be this big reveal. But it's just not.
Well, no, that's what I mean, though. But like, no one we have met in any other. I'm gonna spoil right now. No one we have met has been a robot.
Yeah.
No one. Not a single person.
Sorry,
apart from one single person. Kaya.
I should have said there that what I mean is I was trying to think of that and then just going, oh, no, it's not doing that.
Yeah.
Back before.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's trying to use this everyone was killed by AI thing as a mid-game plot point that's supposed to really surprise the player of this kind of thing, but it just lands with such a wet thud because you really had to sell that if you were going to try to do that. So now it's just sort of been brought up, and I get the feeling it's basically going to be dropped pretty soon after we finish this area.
But we're going to resolve a paradox.
Exactly. Like, I guess it's going to do the exact same thing that the sun's being blocked did. Of like, no, it's good now. Don't worry about whatever that was.
Yep.
But yeah, it really is like, you know, all of humanity was wiped out by AIs should really be a bigger plot twist than this. And I am racking my brain to find scenarios where it would actually be a bigger plot twist than this.
It's like the third terminal from the right.
Oh god.
Okay,
which right?
Is this one. Right, and it is like we're in a circle, but I think there's four. Like
yes,
1, 2,
there's
3,
four
4
terminals.
So this is third from the right, but it is, you can't really say that when they're this spread apart.
Yeah, you should have just been like the second terminal.
The west terminal in the center area, the exact west terminal.
You could also just say the terminal labeled 4, because there's a big 4 on it.
Oh yeah, there's a 4 on it. There's a 3.
They're all labeled.
Yeah, they're labeled. The terminal in the west labeled in the west center ring labeled 4.
The terminal in the west labeled 4 would have been fine. Like,
I think
that's a guide problem, but like, wow. Yeah, that lets you get through that.
I did see a chat. Yeah, I must be able to get on there.
Right.
But I'm gonna throw it.
But fuck that.
Yeah, I must rotate that to get on that because it's on the map, but I might as well throw it.
Ooh. Finally, I can play the lottery. But no, as always, I'm just imagining a much better game. Or at least a game that I would like more.
No, it is that. It really is like, this should be a major revelation that maybe makes some of the other parts of the game make a lot more sense.
Well, when you do a time travel game, a lot of it is
Especially
a game of hidden information.
We kind of caused this by telling Hope to prepare for the future.
Yep.
in 10AF, but yeah, in 3 years he made artificial intelligence that was like smart enough to kill all humans and replace them with duplicates. Wow, good job, Hope. You're pretty fucking good at this.
I gotta also tell you,
I'm also bad at this.
Building a tower of this size, like, you know, even outside of filling it with magical computers is like, that's gonna take more than 3 years.
It took them 2 years to make an elevator to Cocoon.
Right, like... Which is, it's a super minor point. The game just loves the number 13, but it really is just like, the game will throw 500 different things at you and just expect you to accept them. Also, a little bit mean that they put the switch for that thing in the middle of the room and then made you walk all the way around that path to go to that outside bit, then go all the way back to the middle of the room and turn it, then go all the way back around to actually continue forward.
But I realize the fact that Seath happen in the future is, like, do they turn the duplicates into Seath?
I guess they must have. That must be the takeaway from that.
They were all robot people, but why would they do that for?
Well, then they turned it into robot Seath.
In 400 AF, all humans are dead. You don't really need the pretense anymore.
It's weird. It was again meant to be a wild and shocking scene of like, oh no, all these people are being killed, and I kind of was like, oh no, all these people are being killed.
They were
just robots.
They weren't people.
There we go.
There we go.
You think we fixed the elevator?
Fuck it, maybe.
Last information. The decade following the commencement of the Proto-Fal'Cie project, a conflict arose in the academy between the AI construct and its humans creators. Because it didn't just happen in like 13 AF, even though that's pretty much what she said, but so they had this happen 187 years ago. It's like, no, it didn't. It happened like 180 years ago, but never mind. The construct insisted that the Proto-Fal'Cie be imbued with the full powers of Fal'Cie, but the scientists countered with the argument that the more dangerous combat functions were unnecessary. Correct.
Maybe we shouldn't give it nukes.
Correct. With no, the ability to make Seath. Yeah, correct. With no compromise forthcoming, the project faced termination. In 13 AF, the project director, Hope Estime, was assassinated. The debate divided. No, but wait, so this was happening while we met him in 10 AF?
I guess so.
Was he...
Don't worry about it.
Was he involved in this when he was like... How old is he in 13? Like 10? 12?
That's about right.
So is he involved in this when he was like 15?
Probably. He's a smart cookie, you know.
The Proto-Fal'Cie was eventually created with a full functional ability to change humans into Lassie or Seath, yeah.
The old cocoon fell from the sky.
Yeah, and like that is basically the version of the game that I'm imagining as well, where it's like you go to the future, it's weird and messed up, but in a way that you can't figure out. And this is the big reveal of what that was, you know?
But the artificial intelligence needed...
Oh, they're having a chat. It's fine.
Yeah, Ryan came in and interrupted me there.
Very rude of him. Because you don't get to choose when you go to fights in this.
I think it's because it literally jumps to assaulting you with Seath right away.
Yeah.
I feel like what it should have done is let you kind of wander around normal.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk to some people.
Yeah, talk to people, realize like things are kind of a little bit weird. But everything seems nice, you know, cocoons up in the sky, everything's running, and then assault you with Seath.
Yes, you know.
When you're starting to think, hey, this is a little strange, right? When you're starting to think things are weird.
Yeah.
And fucky. That's when the AI goes, these guys we locked in the tower before are kind of like they've realized something. They're kind of figuring it out, and then they attack you. Like that should have been what happened. I think that would sell it a bit more.
Yes.
But we didn't really get the chance to kind of realize that people had been replaced with robots before the game just told us all people were replaced with robots.
Yeah, you know, and that just means that when it does happen, it lands with just a wet thud. You know, and like ultimately, the even bigger problem of all of this is that we've got like Caius gave us this tiny little chip of interesting stuff of like, you shouldn't be here, you're messing with the future. And when we discover that that it was actually an AI saying that to us, pretending to be him, it means that we've learned absolutely nothing about Caius or his motivations and pushed none of the main story forward.
Correct, yes.
Even slightly in all of that plot progression we were just talking about.
Yes.
You know, they sort of need to lead you on that it's actually Caius, because if you don't think that, then this has nothing to do with the rest of the plot they've brought up so far. Uh-oh. Nah, man, here I go, just imagining a game I would like more.
Isn't that what we always do when we play bad
Oh,
games?
absolutely.
No, it really is, like, the writing in this game is pretty higher. Like, just fundamentally, moment to moment, an overall arc, you can just, you see it and you're like, man, this could be good if competent writers had a hold of this.
Where it really is just like, right now, I just can't see the vision. You know?
Also, they do not react appropriately to, like, all of humanity was wiped out by AI.
Well, because to them, it's just a problem to be fixed, you know? Like, the part of the issue of this is because we're time travelers, oh, well, let's just tighten up the graphics on level 3 and we'll fix everything.
No, there's just a paradox here to resolve here.
You know, they're kind of sad that a version of Hope was horribly murdered by wild robots.
Wrong one.
But, like, you know, that's a problem to be fixed, essentially.
Oh, shit. I thought the thing to turn that one was here. I think I'm incorrect. Uh-oh. Because instead of leaving, rotate the room 3 times.
What?
I think the terminal's in the room.
Oh.
I thought it was that one here.
Oh, right. Instead of leaving, like, the elevator, it actually meant don't leave the room with the cutscene.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's really awkward. These rooms don't play nice with the camera, which means you just don't see things in them. Yay!
Oh, this fight. This delightful fight.
But no, I do really love the idea of, like, this AI, you know, like, there is something that completely destroyed the human race as, like, a midpoint plot, and that you spend time resolving that to get to something further on. But I think part of the reason I'm drawn to that is that literally nothing has happened. Like, the entire first half of this game has been...
Yes,
essentially nothing happening.
As August was saying in chat, yeah, the rest of the plot is time's fucked. Caius is with Yule. They want us to stop messing with time. Noel's not telling us anything. Sarah might be having visions.
Yeah.
That's it.
That, like, nothing has happened related to that seems to be related to the big plot. That there's not really any driving force telling us that we're even getting closer to lightning here. And so it's just stuck in this little mire, and it really is, like, you needed to have an A plot, B plot kind of thing happening here, where, like, you're solving the mystery of why is time completely destroyed here, and it's the paradox of the AI that killed everyone.
I also do think the fact that they keep killing Yules makes Yule's death
have
absolutely no weight.
We're gonna walk out into a timeline, and Yule's gonna be hit by a bus. And we're just gonna be like, oh, well, there goes that one.
It's gonna be like, no, Yule! And it's like, no, like, we're at like 3 dead Yules already. No.
Well, and you could even do a story about getting desensitized to that.
There it is. I didn't see it in the corner.
It's facing away from the player!
I didn't see it in the corner.
Oh, that sucks.
My bad.
Oh, no, please. The screen is facing away. I didn't see anything like that.
The only reason I'm doing this because I already got the chest is to get the map because there is a quest that requires 100% map completion.
Of course it is, yep.
So I have to walk onto this area to get it on my map.
Yay.
It's literally the only reason I'm doing this.
Yep. Yeah, at some point you gotta start making a joke of it, like Ghost Trick.
No, Noel is sad every fucking time.
No, Noel feels the exact same sadness every time. And then it passes and he's back to being a bit of a dick. No, it's so awkward. And I mean, we are really like digging into it here, but what else is there to do? We're running around the dungeon.
What I do is I wander around a circle for the 50th time, you know?
Hey, at least it's a new map that we've been to twice already, and when
is just circles.
Yep.
Circles
yeah, and like
circles
with switches that only do things
circles and circles and circles.
1/4 at a time, which means interacting with them multiple times is really slow. Kind of wish that it let you give it like 3 turns in one shot. If
no, you gotta watch it every time.
Gotta watch it every time.
There's Orion. He is a commando.
That makes sense. He's a big boy. He's doing the good hits.
Water and water and water, water and water and water.
Like, and I will say that like games I try to fix are games that I feel have interesting ideas. You know, like there is something to it that engages my brain in a way that a game that just bores me doesn't. But it also does mean that, the emotion that they make me feel is hurt.
I have an incredible level of hatred for this game.
I've noticed.
I really do. I don't even think it's like the worst game I've ever played. But I think the fact that I love FF13
You have such an
so
emotional connection to the first game.
I really do, and I honestly think this game is worse than like Xenoblade 2. Like I love Xenoblade 1 more than I love FF13, which is amazing because I love FF13. But like I hate 2, but I don't feel like 2 fundamentally ruins 1.
2 you hate because it's not 1
good.
again.
It's not good.
Like 2 you hate because you loved 1 so much and you would just want more 1.
And 2 is bad.
Whereas, and 2 is just a bad game, and that's just really disappointing. Here, it is attacking the things that you liked about 1.
Yeah.
And that does make it feel just so much more personal, like...
It is attacking the themes and characterization and the story of 1. Fuck off.
Yep.
1 didn't need fixed.
Yep.
Certainly didn't need fixed badly, and that's why it's extremely funny to me that 13.3 is fixing 13.2.
Right, and I think that is also the takeaway, that once again, it was recognized that it didn't do a great job, and so now it needs to...
13.3 does a much better job of... You don't time travel in it, necessarily, but it does,
sorta.
it has a better sci-fi and time travel story.
Sure.
It is a lot better than this game. And it's like 13.2, fuck this up, we gotta fix this.
So basically what you're saying, in the very first cutscene of 13.3, Lightning runs up and kicks Noel in the face and he falls off a building.
You do fight him as a boss, and you get to kick his fucking ass. And believe me, I fucking enjoyed that.
This is great.
This is great.
Artificial intelligence that killed Hope and his team now seems hell-bent on killing us.
Sure it does.
So you don't think the Protophile C and the other AI are being controlled by Caius?
No!
No, I don't.
No!
Someone else is pulling the strings.
Oh god. Oh god.
It has to be Caius. Do you think it's Caius?
Why don't you think it's Caius?
This is just
like a murder mystery! Or the smart answer.
The one that we've already come to. Like, fuck.
How dumb do we want to make Sarah?
I want to say it's like a murder mystery so badly.
We can do it. We can do it.
Oh, God.
We can do it.
We're just gonna go full Xanax Sarah here.
Kubo? This is just like a murder mystery. Let's start the investigation. First off, we question the witness and search the scene for clues. Then we narrow down the suspects and decide...
I can't believe it. I agree with Noel.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I think we're getting off track.
The thing is, you get
Boing,
different.
boing, boing.
You get different adornments in this game by picking funny answers, enough of them, to stuff like that. So like replaying levels and picking the dumb funny answers is like how you get extra stuff for your monsters.
Wild.
All right, head south. Counterclockwise.
Well, we've once again gone into the tone problem.
I mean, I guess. Let's go south and go counterclockwise, but in.
Probably down that hole, and then this way.
This way, yeah.
That's counterclockwise.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, that's the correct one.
8 delicious orbs.
Hi!
Well then.
New lads, you got it.
Oh, you look nasty.
So yeah, these guys, the Dragoons, one of the best monsters in the game. Oh shit.
No kidding.
They're kicking my ass though.
Woo!
Thanks, Noel. No thanks, Noel.
And gone. This seems like a really fucking mean encounter.
Thanks for arriving at Mole. Yeah, this is a really fucking mean encounter. We're gonna try and get one of these Dragoons. You're having half of the decision wheel being like, but Caius?
But what about Caius? When Noel literally just says to you, no. Like,
someone other than Caius, and I'm sitting here being like, yeah, no shit.
Right, like, the game has just caught up to us, to
Oh,
what
did I
we
get it?
figured out.
Wow, I didn't even quit. Alright.
Love to see it.
Alright, Dragoon, one of the best monsters in the game. There's kind of like fighting for it, because I think it's a commando.
Woo! Oh, he's so big!
He's very big. But like, people are like, he's like really good for when you get him, and
He's fuel efficient.
Yes, so moderately recharge HP gauge each time an enemy is attacked.
Which you do love to see in a commando.
And attack and ruin, lightning, accurate physical damage, input
And he has
timing.
1600
He has
HP.
a lot of health.
151 attack, 125 magic.
Yes, it's like the Chocobo, specifically the red Chocobo,
Right.
is ultimately a better commando. But you can see he already has 300.
Yeah. Well, it also feels like they hadn't given a choice and they needed to make a choice for it, so the only thing is to give you another choice about the, like, reveal that they've already given you. Jesus, he really resists ice.
So he reaches his full potential
Oh,
here.
so he's very cheap then.
Yeah, he has 578 attack with 3,772 HP with all the power stuff I put in him.
Like, honestly, the price is a huge plus for him.
So yeah, we're gonna be using this guy like now.
I mean, that's fine.
I love you, Boko. Goodbye, Boko.
Boko may return, who knows?
I think another Chocobo will probably take Boko's place.
That's perfectly acceptable too. We can always send Boko to a racing farm upstate.
Alright, what do we name him?
That is a good question. I wish, if we could do custom names, I'd say Goon Squad, but... Artemis?
Artemis?
I guess Irtimus. But, like, weird.
Ian.
Ooh, I kind of love Ian.
Okay, well, we'll keep going, but we'll keep Ian in the back pocket.
Danica's pretty good too.
Not
that.
Marley. Nigel.
Nigel.
Diedrich.
Ned.
Ned. Gilgamesh!
Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh! Okay, I have to see if, like... I mean, I think I'm gonna call him Gilgamesh. Yeah, Gilgamesh, because, like... Come on and Gilga smash.
Mm-hmm.
Gilgamesh it is.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Alright, get around, take the room north when you can. Okay, I guess that's north.
Oh, that's a room. I didn't even realize that was connected, but yeah, that seems right. Excuse me.
2 Orions, you say? Oh god, this is gonna be very funny.
But yeah, wow, we have a commando who has like nearly twice as much health as we do.
And twice as much attack.
And like, basically through very minimal investment on our part.
Yes, like the guide recommends sticking around until you get him.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. This is ridiculously strong. Gareg.
Gareg. Nice.
Jesus. We're gonna be zooming in on him a lot.
Yeah, we are.
Just call him Mr. Killing Blow. But yeah, like, honestly, like, cheap monsters are worth quite a lot in this because it's not trivial to get the materials to raise up, like, a ton of them. Yes, it can be quite
good to get, like, early peakers and then, like, kind of have in your back pocket monsters that are, like, late bloomers.
That you're
like,
slowly raising.
The Chocobos are late bloomers where they're, like, always better at level 99 than they are at, like, level 20.
Yep.
But, yeah, he's pretty good.
I'm always asking that.
And all the way south through another room to the southernmost platform. Well, it should stop soon, but I kind of want to...
Mm-hmm. There's a bit you want to get to.
Well, I feel like getting through this, because...
Yes, true. Coming back to this would hurt a bit.
There is a boss coming up. Mm. Yeah, Zeus is a really good sentinel still, and he, like, also is level 20.
Yep. Optic beam.
I feel like this might be a decent chance for me to off-stream go and have a look at the steep a little bit.
Yep. I mean, with him on your team, that's definitely gonna help against some of those encounters that were fucking us up before. There was a switch inside there.
I know, no. It's, the farthest south platforms, floating treasure out here. Go back to the room and then rotate it.
Yep, that makes sense.
Hi, guys.
Man, they're everywhere. Everybody gets beams.
He did 2,000 damage to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm glad we got one. He's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it really is that, like, yeah, a lot of these early peakers are so good.
I know.
Like, right now.
Yeah.
Like, later on, they'll be a little less, but...
But, like, why worry about that when you could just make a really good one right now?
It's really hard to know on your own without putting stats in which ones are worth it.
It's a real problem, honestly. Like, with this system as a whole, that you're getting so many of these monsters and have, like, no real way of knowing which ones are worth the relatively limited, or at least kind of grindy set of chips that you could have if you want to experiment. You know, there's kind of a level of, like, the Dark Souls problem of being a bit limited on Titanites sometimes and making it harder to experiment with weapons. Mm-hmm. Except in your entire third-party member. And of course, on the other hand, like, when you do know what you want, it means the system's quite open and you can find all sorts of weird stuff to play with, but also it's a 60-hour JRPG, so it's a bit of an investment to do that. Magisterial Crest.
Damn!
First sake.
I need to give her another one at some point, but
Yep.
she's got a pretty important thing coming up, so...
Yeah, Noel's the one you were a rebel about, right?
Yeah, I gave him that instead of a med boost.
So he could have a wow, cool item.
I don't remember how many hours I spent on this game, and frankly, I don't want to.
It's better for everyone if we don't know.
It wasn't like, I don't think it was the 180 hours on, like, FF10. I don't think it's that long of Platinum, but it's definitely, more than you think.
Yeah. Yeah, and all this is to say, like, I think that this is... The monster system is probably one of the most interesting gameplay systems out of everything. It just definitely also has, like, things about it where I'm like, how would I, like, address that problem that I'm seeing in this right now? In some ways, that's almost less a critique of the game and more of an interesting exercise for the viewer. Takes that little bit too long. God, I'm gonna have to wait for it to activate again and all that. I feel like this one should have just turned 180 when you pressed the button, honestly. Thanks, guys.
I love them spawning on top of me. It's great! I really don't like the random encounter system that they replaced having enemies on the field with.
No, the more we see it, the worse it feels.
Like, I really enjoyed in 13 seeing enemies and figuring out how to sneak up on them or how to sneak around them.
Or setting up your paradigms, because you're like, oh, that's like an encounter that I know is going to be a pain in the ass. Like, this doesn't really improve the system. And, like, in places like this specifically, it does actively hurt it, because how else could these guys spawn except on top of you, you know? Especially when all the monsters they chose for this are gigantic.
There was a switch there. I had to hit twice. When I said hit twice, I misread it.
I mean, that's fair. There's so many switches around it. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just annoying. Like, this is also where the slow nature of the puzzling is just a pain in the ass. I'm
gonna do it to myself.
Yep. I mean, I don't even know. Like, you would probably have noticed it if you hadn't been jumped on by a ginormous...
I'm going to do this to myself.
Fair enough.
How embarrassing.
But no, I still blame the game for it. Oh, and I can already see what's about to happen. Oh, fuck off, game.
Oh no.
Oh, don't do this to us. But no, I think if you weren't attacked by giant lads right then when you turned around, maybe you would have seen it.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah, again, if there is one thing in this entire game that I think they're at least cooking with, it's the monster system. Because God help us, I don't know if the story's salvageable.
Not with where I know where it's going.
Certainly not with what it does do. You know, and sometimes you're just always gonna hate the base level decision that the designers, that the game creators decided they wanted to do with a game. And that's why we do these kinds of games as sub-bonuses. So yeah, we're gonna go along this hallway and grab the chests and fill out the map, and then we're gonna go back. Oh, good. They're also literally impossible to run from. Love that. Even when they don't spawn directly on top of your nose.
Like, I think the change to the preemptive was smart.
Yep, yeah.
Where it's like a hit, but also that like it's not a
not an
full
instant
chain.
total stagger.
Because that was ridiculously broken.
Yes, you could finish encounters in seconds.
I feel like that would be fine enough to implement in 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could do that. But like, I still want the enemies to be on the field. I don't like them spawning in on top of me like
you
this.
know, like that. At that point, that basically was just a classic old school random encounter.
What putting the encounters on the map does was let them, like Chrono Trigger, it let them design the encounters that you were going to get into in every part of the room.
Yep. Yeah. Give you a good idea what kind of stuff you're doing, and the player can end up doing more than that if they want to, but at the very minimum, the player is going to be challenged in this specific way and gain this specific experience. The game does just outright feel quite a bit grindier when these things just pop on top of you constantly.
Like, either I can completely ignore enemies, because I can just keep running and they will stop annoying me, or I literally can't.
Yeah, or you get no say in it whatsoever, and all you really get is that it took a little bit longer.
I didn't get that chest.
I believe there's a chest over there. Like, floating in the air.
Whereabouts?
North,
I'll be going back that way anyway.
Okay.
Because this is going to get me an item.
Yep, okay. Thanks, guys. Glad you spawned there. You know...
See, that stuff doesn't happen in 13, because if you kill the enemy near a thing, you can then just get the thing, undisturbed.
Yep. You know, and it does just mean that it feels like this thing is taking so much longer than it should.
And like, what it could do is guard chests with, like, turtles, you know,
Stronger
like, strong
enemies, you know, give
like,
you the challenge.
Come back later, bitches, like... Yeah, it really is just, like... Nah, just spawn enemies on top of me to annoy me when I'm trying to activate a thing. You would have to change so much about 13-2's fundamental story that I, like, from stuff later on, that it's not fixable.
Well, and we haven't even...
Alright, this information is accurate as of the year 200 AF. The highest one in the Augusta Tower is the site of a gate that behaves differently from a standard time portal, instead leading to a virtual space within the AI mainframe.
Sure.
To activate the special gate, one must climb to the top floor of the tower and directly access the AI's core.
This is the last
Thanks.
key. Next stop, the very top floor.
I see it over there, yeah. Look, I didn't get this.
Get that one either? Weird, because it like they were in camera view.
No, it just goes, get the engines we got from the chest, then go to the last room and get the key. It didn't mention either of these chests.
Weird.
Did Mog go
I
up?
think Mog missed.
I missed. Oh, I really do hate the Mog throw.
Why does it not, when he falls a certain distance, just instantaneously send him back to you? Like, he's still falling right now. You could have put Mog death planes.
Why even insult me with one gil?
Yeah, that's how I feel about you right now, Mog.
I know. I fucking hate you, Mog.
No, Mog. They brought back more than one gil this time.
Alright, we'll get to the top floor and our long stream will be over.
Mm-hmm.
There is a boss coming up, so I don't know how much Crystarium I might have because I have been doing it quite a bit today.
But we do definitely have, you know, a decent number of fights. You'll be able to get them to the next tier.
Yeah, I'm very close to the next tier, so I definitely want to like do that before we fight the boss.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's gonna help.
I'll be happy when we leave the area and I don't think that there's actually another Dragoon enemy fighting us. Who is in fact our
It's
lab.
very funny. I've done the same thing, yeah.
I was like, uh-oh, we got 3 of them.
If frankly the game did not do the thing like I think you thought it was going to do,
And make you run onto that one.
Yeah, run back to that room and twist it.
Yep. Thank
That
God.
was close, but yeah, thank goodness.
I think you can
Oh
twist
yes,
this
I have
one.
to twist this room.
Yep. You have to don't get it twisted.
Her leg went a little
Yeah,
weird.
she was having a little problem there, transitioning between animations.
But yeah, so I'm going back into the middle.
Let me out! Sure.
And I wasn't. Oh, ew!
Ew.
Ew! Ew! I hate everything about this!
Well, thank God we've got Gilgamesh here, because he is going to delete. Suffer not a Flanator to live.
You did not.
Like, at least he does so much damage that a lot of these, like, damage race enemies are, not a problem at all.
No.
Take us to the top.
Okay, the guy did not mention I was gonna have to fight. It said, head to the middle and go up on the top floor and grab potions. It didn't mention we'd have another fucking elevator
behemoth.
fight! Thanks, guide.
Who's
Thanks.
coming? Love
Thanks,
that.
guide. I wouldn't have gotten on the elevator if I'd known.
After an extremely uneventful elevator ride.
I agree, behemoth.
He seems okay. Well, there him go. He's pulled out the pizza cutter. I guess at least he wasn't one of those behemoths with far too much health. Behemoths are too cool to kill with their genes.
I know the behemoths are, robots.
Hi, Chocolina.
This must be the heart of the system. I know it's a machine, but it seems like it's almost breathing.
Does
What
it?
Alyssa was
Sure.
telling us is true. Yule and Caius should be up here as well.
If.
But are they with us? Or against us?
I'm not sure what about this is breathing.
No, they're not really selling it too
Okay,
well.
you know, like, I think about Xenoblade 1 and how when you go inside the Bionis, it looks like, people are like, it kind of looks like it's still alive. You know, how that turns out. But it is like, yeah, like, that is like, obvious in the environment. What do you mean this is breathing? There's nothing about this that looks like breathing. It looks alive. They're trying the whole, it's actually alive thing, aren't they? And it's like, you're not selling this very well.
Not particularly.
No, special. Ah, yeah, blood guards reduce wound damage.
Oh.
Yeah, wound ward.
Wound guard. Delicate blood guard. I'm not sure I want a blood guard to be delicate.
I feel like a cheap wound ward is not a bad idea.
Yep. Only 30 points as well. So
Not have
other
much
things equipped on
accessory.
it.
I don't really like how they've like put the I don't like how they've done the upgrade system with the ATB accessories, like
It's almost too many choices.
And rolls, and then roll boosts, and then there's a fifth thing we have not seen.
We haven't even found yet. Oh god, that's really overwhelming.
I'm supposed to get it as Sarah, so let me do it on stream here.
And finish us up with that.
Yes, because we're only like a few away from this.
Or like 2 or 3.
The other thing we can get from this. The thing it wants me to get, you also have ultimate abilities like you did in the original game.
Right.
So we can get ultimate
Lightning's
armor.
Army of One, basically.
Yeah, all those exist, and that is a thing we can get. But look at this. Rav bonus boost, Send bonus boost, unlock synergist roll, increased accessory capacity, and ultimate armor. And I feel like 13 did a better job of, like, spreading those out, but also, like, making it easier so that you could get all of them, or, like, be like certain ones.
This does feel like too many choices in a way.
Much.
Like, I mean, like, ultimately what we've got here is that we have really low accessory capacity compared to what we could hypothetically have, and, like, to get that would be to really give up a lot of stuff. I can't equip
one of the accessories we just got because I've only upgraded accessory capacity once.
Yep.
And it is like, but if I upgrade my accessory capacity...
You'd be missing out on a lot of really good stuff.
Rolls or bonus boosts, which are really important for each job, and then the ultimate Ravager ability.
Yeah, this feels a bit overloaded.
Or ATB gauge, which is what this was before. So it is like... I really like 13's Crystarium. I think that, like, I like systems where you can't fuck up, because systems where, like, you can ruin a character.
Certainly not in ways that are, like, totally opaque to you or, like, to someone who was never engaged with the system before. I don't like Nocturne's
Magatama system because you can forget skills and never learn them again, and oops whoops.
If you do an important one, you've locked yourself out of, like, an entire playstyle for the whole run.
Yes, I don't like that. So, like, it's not as bad in 13-2 where it's just you might mess up your stats a little bit. But it is, like, I like that 13, you're ultimately going to end up the same, but you have meaningful choices when you open up a new... When the game opens up a new level for you, and you're like, okay, I could get Kira and Kurasa on Hope, or I could get him a Ravager roll, or I could get an accessory slot here. Oh, there's ATB gauge, I should beeline that, like, you know.
Well, because the game's so tightly controlled, the decisions you make first actually feel like they mean something. Yeah. But you ultimately will get everything, so you don't have to stress about it quite so much. Here, I do feel like this is so much, and it's like, what do I take here, you know? Like, all I'm gonna feel is missing out on all of these things as opposed to liking the one thing that I took.
It is like, I can unlock this roll, but unless I level it, it's kind of shit.
Yep, yeah,
so
that's
then there's also the
useless.
leveling. What rolls do you level? When you have all of the rolls available to you, it is too much of a choice. I did like that 13 eventually unlocked all rolls for everyone, but it's like you have 3 rolls for every person. Yeah. And, like, you level those up how you like, but it gave you 3, and it gave you meaningful choices there. When it's all 6, and I don't know whether, like...
You have no information if she's any good as it.
Any of these?
Yep.
Whereas, like, you know, you could look at Hope's Saboteur roll and see what abilities he could learn from
look
it.
all the way up it and go, like, is that worth it to me? Here you've got no information.
I don't know what she learns as a synergist.
Anyway, shall we...
Anyway, so we're gonna learn the Ravager ability, Ultimate Arrow. That's what it wants me to learn next. And it does want me to get Noel's one as well,
which we are...
Commando. He gets a Commando one.
Yep, makes sense.
Alright, this powerful Ravager ability acquires a full ATB gauge, can only be used once every battle.
Interesting.
And all of these just plonked in one thing.
Yeah, that feels like it doesn't look very nice. I don't think it's here.
Is it even in here? Oh, no, there it is. It's here.
There it is.
Unleash a salvo of attacks. Chain bonus effects varies by situation. Usable only once per battle.
Alright then.
in terms of the Hope Commando was I enjoyed Hope Commando on stream. I enjoyed doing I enjoyed doing strange stuff with 13.
Yeah. Well, and they like
a lot because of this game, because this game is a lot more open. It like really helped me understand like what the bonuses meant and how I could do it. But I like 13's progression so much better because this is too much. And it's too much, and it is just like, what am
you're
I
making
getting
decisions that you just don't even really have.
It's like there's no more Ravager. There's no more Ravager things to learn. There's no more medic things to learn.
Yup.
So it's like leveling these is like for stats, but the game doesn't even explain to you
what stats
you get for leveling these up. I think Commander and Ravager get you better stats than Medic and Saboteur and Synergist, but I don't know because the game doesn't tell me the numbers until I commit to using it, and then they flash up for like a second.
Yeah, so you better write that down real quick, and it's awkward to engage with.
It's bad. It's worse than 10's Sphere Grid, and it's worse than 13's Crusader.
Well, and then ultimately, like, if the defense is that it doesn't really matter, then it's like, well, then why did I get all these choices? Like, why do I even get the ability to stress out over all of this stuff if none of it means anything, you know?
The game will also, 13 also knew, because it gated the Crystarium, that you would have these abilities at this time. Someone would be this level of Ravager at most, and this level of Commando, and they'd have this, and this, so it could, properly tailor fights to you. This game doesn't know
because you could have literally any monster.
You could have any monster, and you could have, put Synergist or Saboteur and Medic and Sentinel. You could you could have Nolan's level 99 Sentinel by now for however much that matters.
Yeah.
So it is just the game doesn't know how powerful you are at any time, and I don't know how to judge how powerful I should be at any time.
There's that too, yeah.
Anyway.
We swear we're gonna finish stream, we promise.
We're done. Alright, tomorrow, final Sonic 06 stream, hopefully, as long as, Sonic 06 doesn't murder me, I guess.
Fingers crossed.
It is I've got the very final boss of Shadow Story, because I decided that I want Saber to see that. And then we got Last Story, so it's going to depend on how much Last Story kicks my ass. Which it might kick my ass a lot, we'll say. But Sonic 06 on Monday, more of this on Tuesday.
Yay! We're really getting into it now.
We'll get to see the real bad guy behind the AI.
Yup, the one who's gonna
who is doing this.
Explain the whole story to us.
I think we know who's doing this. Alright. Bye, everybody.
Have a good one, everyone. Happy GDQ.